On some tape here. Okay, good evening. My name is Frank Allen. I'll be your host this evening with Targeted Massachusetts, Eastern Conference, and Stars International. Okay, with that out of the way, we are rolling. All two of us, or three of us actually.
Frank, it's Lorraine.
Hi Lorraine, how you doing?
Oh, I'm getting better. I had two herniated discs 3 weeks ago, and gone through an awful lot. I've never been in the hospital, never had surgery in all my life. I just bent over to pick up my cat's, dish, and it all happened. But I'm doing really great now. But anyways, my big question is, you know, Derek puts out these things, and I do watch this, PAC International.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
there is a doctor that has now made a statement at these U.S. diplomats, which I always thought,
Yes.
has confirmed that there was two. I mean, that is amazing. You know, credit. These are credentials that we can use. But the fact is, we need more information as to who this doctor is, who
What
these
did he
doctors
say?
are.
What did he?
Hello?
What did he say again? Because you.
Oh, well, he said that I mean, I've been following this since day one in Cuba with
Yeah.
U.S. Diplomats, and they were brought to Miami, and they were all examined, and they all found that they had brain damage. Okay, and then all of a sudden, everything stopped. I tried to get in touch with the main journalist in the UK. She's with the daily paper, and I could never get through. It was just really weird. Even tried to call everything. I have international calls. Could never get through to these people. Could never email them. And then all of a sudden, this whole thing was shut down. And then all of a sudden, the doctors that examined these people, these U.S. diplomats, have definitely confirmed that they were all hit with direct energy weapons.
That's
There's
fantastic.
no,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
it's
it's bad for
really
them.
fantastic.
Did
Yeah,
you hear the information that we managed to collect concerning Russia?
yeah,
Russia has been bombarding the U.S. Embassy in Moscow since 1953 with microwaves. Now,
really.
in 1979, they met with then President Jimmy Carter,
Hmm.
and they agreed to stop doing it. And that was supposed to be
Hmm.
some great achievement. But meanwhile, people died of various cancers and whatnot. And it went on
Hmm.
until 1986. And,
Really.
yeah. And then finally, detection equipment and countermeasures, I guess, along with putting reflective gold, actually real gold in the glass, any glass that was available.
Wow.
Uh,
Right.
they finally stopped it. But so this is nothing new for our foreign embassies. It's been happening since like 53.
Mm-hmm. But at least these doctors, whoever they are, have come forth and said there are radio frequencies involved and direct energies involved to cause this kind of brain damage. And that is their conclusion after their study. So I think we need to find out a little bit more and find out exactly who these doctors are. And we could actually use this for marketing. And just said, did you, based on the Cuban missile, Cuba, investigation on the U.S. diplomats, now we have a group of people in Massachusetts that are dealing with this. I mean,
Yeah.
we could actually present it as that
Well, I went to
without going crazy. You know what I mean?
right. I went to the FBI in Providence, Rhode Island, back in
Mm-hmm.
2012, April 2012, and
Okay.
actually met with a couple of agents. and I called them day before yesterday, or actually yesterday. No, Saturday. I'm sorry. And I got in touch with them, and they said they would meet with me either today or tomorrow. So
Awesome.
that's what I'm going to do because I had my foot in the
Well,
door by actually going there and speaking with them. So
okay. Well, I think Barbara sent me something. It's somewhere, I don't know where it was, but the FBI was doing a big sting. And they said these group of criminals, and I did see this. Okay, she sent me the whole thing. Um, sent in all these like drones. I don't know if they're just like little drones, but it totally disrupted their, um, you know, uh, little thing that they were going to do, try and, bust a bunch of criminal, drug addicts. I don't know what they were doing, but I guess it disrupted them so much it totally ruined their whole operation. And they said
right,
we have instruments to jam this stuff and all this, but they couldn't
right.
jam it. So, but what they did mention in this was criminals and gangs. So here we go. You know,
Did you see that video, Slaughterbots?
no.
That is really something. You should see it.
What is it about?
It's about these
Or just
little tiny drones that fit in the palm of your hand, and they
oh,
dump like hundreds of thousands of them out of the back of a plane, and they go into a
kidding me.
city, and they have like 3 ounces of shaped charge right in the front, and
Mhm.
they are artificial intelligence, and they spot their prey, and they go right up to
Mhm.
them, and they just touch them in the head, and it blows their brains out.
You got to be kidding me.
No, it's called Slaughterbots.
We're talking humans, animals. Is that what they do it to?
Uh,
Humans?
yeah, it's supposed to be. It's very well done, but it's supposed to be what this could come to.
Holy shit. Well, I told you when we first went into this, it was a 28-degree morning. I was going out with my dogs, and I saw some bumblebee. It was like the size of 4 inches. It was ridiculous. 28 degrees. It looked like a puppet, just a stuffed animal. The thing's just going along, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I talked to my husband about it. He goes, you should have had a net and caught the damn thing. It wasn't going that fast, and it wasn't. If
Well,
I'd caught it and broke it open, it would have been mechanical, you know?
the
And I've
si-
seen 5-inch dragonflies behind me while I've been walking with my dogs. I'm talking years ago. But they have this shit, and it's just ridiculous, you know? I mean, I know every time these goddamn planes go over my house, I start coughing my head off 7 nights a week, and my husband does. We leave the house, we have no problems. They're putting. I just took pictures the other night of these planes going over our house, and there was all kinds of smoke coming out. You couldn't see it from behind, couldn't see it going forward, only over our house and our neighbor's house. And these are chemtrails. I mean, we need to put together. We have some great information coming together now. We could actually, like you say, you go to the FBI. We could go back to Warren, DiMacedo, who's a good friend of mine, Markey, who's a good guy too, and just say to them, hey, listen, we have information that how many U.S. diplomats were attacked by this, and we are being too. And we now have some, I think, solid information. We just need the name of this doctor that made this made this comment. Derek is not very good about following up on things. So he makes these comments, and then all of a sudden, it's just gone the next day, and that's it.
Immediate shock value, and then it falls to the ground like
Absolutely.
you know. Yeah, you sound like
Yeah.
you got quite a cough now.
Yeah. I'm just leaving the house. I'm out on the deck right now because, I have pictures of these planes going over my house with all kinds of smoke all over them, and I took pictures from behind and in front, and there was no, no stream, after they went over my house, and no stream before they went to my house, except for maybe one or two. And it's just kind of like every time this happens, we just cough our heads off all night long. It's like crazy. And I've been to the doctors because I've had this herniated disc, and he's checked me out, and he goes, you don't have bronchitis, you don't have this, you don't have that. But it's only when in our house. So all I try and do is, somebody said to me, you should try and get an air purifier and put them in all your rooms. And that's expensive, but I'll do it if I have to, you know?
Yeah. Do you know where we can access these doctors? Because I would like to try.
Well, excuse me. I would say go back to Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a little bit more information on it, but you know when he made that comment about that perp video and all that crap, I was bullshit because I kind of sent it out to a bunch of people, and then I was like, oh my god, it was just like, perp stuff. You don't do that, but I guess they do have the information. I don't go on his calls, but apparently they said they have like solid information. Now he sent out another one, and I haven't read it yet, but they said they have more information on it. So I'll definitely read that and see if we can't. I mean, I try to go back to the Daily News. That was the journalist, the original journalist that wrote all the information on this. And she was, this is before all this came true. But I couldn't access her by email or anything, and I tried to call International, couldn't get through.
Huh. That's
and
very
Susan, I think, is a woman. She goes by Snow White from Long Island. She said they put a gag order on them. Maybe they did because all of a sudden it was all gone.
Yeah. Well,
who are you talking about again, Lorraine?
Excuse me.
Oh, Barbara. Hey. We're talking about the U.S. diplomats that were attacked in Cuba. Okay? And they have found out that the doctor who examined them in Miami said they all had brain damage. And then supposedly through PAC, he has made a statement that they were attacked all by DEW and radio frequencies.
Did he name a source? I mean,
no. I mean, I get along with Derek, no problem, but I just don't do his calls. I haven't for years, but I send him donations here and there, but it's been a long time. And but he always sends me his thing. So they did not name his name, and I'm surprised they haven't named his name. I mean, how do you make statements like that without a name? Unless they don't want to give that name just quite yet.
Well, I wouldn't come forward unless I had something concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So at this particular point in time, he should have a web address or a person that you could either call or write to in a high place that could verify that.
Right. I'm also interested in what Barbara sent to me. Barbara, you on?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
About this ham radio thing that you've been on for many, many, many years, thinking this ham radio thing. She seems to have a theory that this ham radio thing can actually do V2K. And I'm interested in if you have any more information, Barbara.
No, but there's a lot of people around, like Romola and I think Lisa also feels that it's a ham radio, the small handheld ones that are being used. I even got a frequency, I think it was from Romola. She said around 15 hertz, which kind of makes sense because a lot of this stuff that we're being hit with is very low frequency. And 15 hertz is very low frequency.
Well, that makes sense because that's what your brain operates on. Very low frequency.
Right. So this disrupts your thought pattern with it superimposing the frequencies from the ham radio overlaying what your natural inclination would be, and that's how they're superimposing whatever that's how it works. But that's the frequency that I think Romola mentioned that. I don't know. I don't know if it's ham radio or not. I haven't any physical proof. That's just what I've read from a couple of people, but it's interesting. It's interesting.
You have to say to yourself, why are they so close to all of us? Why do they have to be so close to all of us? You know what I mean? Most people can say, oh, my perps are next door, or my perps are here. A lot of them are next door. Mine are next door.
Upstairs, downstairs, drive-bys.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And they can also move in. I mean, somebody told me one time if they wanted to get you and somebody was in an apartment, they'd kill the person first so they can get the apartment, Yeah. So it's like, so we'll see.
I was also given a distance on this, and I can't remember what it is. It's got to be.
You sent me everything, yeah.
I did.
Somewhere 30 feet.
Did it say a distance on it?
Yeah, the distance on the high end was like probably, you got the best thing, was like, I think it was like, I don't know, I have it on you gave me everything, all the information, but it was like, it could be 300 feet, and I'm closer to these people than 50 to less than 100 feet. And
I'd say my person like 60s.
But the problem is, this was found on Amazon.com, okay? And it's called Tramp, T-R-A-M-S.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
That's what
but I'm just saying, what the hell is Amazon selling this kind of equipment on their website? And here's another thing. If everybody can download this stuff and print it out, then there's a lawsuit right there, We've got to take these chances and find out who the hell is doing this stuff. It's like Amazing One. They sell microwave ovens to people that go through the wall and can hurt somebody. Now, this tram thing can hurt somebody. It can pick up their breathing patterns, their heart rates, everything. It can hurt them at a certain, footage as far as feet. If we can get that information, that is great information. Plus this doctor thing coming in.
Aren't they selling that as like a stud finder, pipe finder type apparatus?
I don't know. I got to go onto Amazon and just look the whole thing up, I'm surprised somebody else hasn't done this,
I did. I went on Amazon. It wasn't anywhere near $595. It was more like $170 or something like that. And it was Wally Bot or whatever it was. And it looked like it turned into an app. And you could actually, find studs for hanging pictures and stuff. So I think something got pulled or something got changed.
Okay. This is crazy.
So I can't really.
It's like, go on to Amazon, Amazon One. I think it's what's it called? Amazing One. And they call it like scientific little experiments for like little kids in college and high school. And you got to see the stuff they have on there. They have microwave ovens. They got everything. And we call them. And I do want, while it's on my mind, we called the Fusion Center in Maine at one time when Christina was alive. And she went and visited them personally. And they would give her no information. And I think we need to target these damn Fusion Centers because we have the backing of that senator, I believe he was out west. But anyway, I have all the information. It's all printed out. Anyways, he literally went to every single Fusion Center, did a Senate congressional hearing, no different than MK Ultra. And they found out that they do nothing and they are federally funded, and they cannot account for one lousy dime that they get from the federal government. And then right after that, they were ready to make some kind of a determination, and he was suddenly retired.
Yeah, as far as Amazing One goes, I've bought Transformers there. And they started out supplying parts for Tesla coils. And they actually sold 3 different sizes of Tesla coils. But then they started getting into this a nausea gun and
Oh yeah, you can buy something on sonic nausea from Brickhouse Security and them, and it's just a device with a frequency. You can point it at somebody's house and make them sick all day and night. Yeah. Oh no. I mean, I went through a period where I was absolutely nauseated all the time in my home, and I figured it was like either from above or coming from them. And I also saw a hearing device with a recorder on it. You could point it right at the house, and you could listen to all the recordings for $289 and record them all day and night, 24/7.
That's a parabolic microphone.
Absolutely. But I'm saying some of the shit they're using on us. I'm not saying it's all of it, but it's something. You can't keep going. When in the beginning, when I first got through this, started with this, I was spending tons of money on this crap, and it was getting ridiculous. But if you get the right equipment, it might be it might be good. I mean, I bought some like high-end cameras and stuff. Those have never failed me. I still have those pictures. So it's something I think we need. Probably most importantly is that doctor's name from who examined those U.S. diplomats. All right, he's made a statement, and Derek is not really great about following through. Next thing you know, next week will be old news. So if we can find that name, I'll Google it tomorrow and see if I can find any information on it.
Yeah, the parabolic microphone is actually old hat now. The newest microphone they use is I think they call it the Cannonball, but you can get that at Amazing One too, or the shotgun. Pardon me.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of stuff there that's, I would say, borderline legal. But just the Transformers they sell, they sell 20,000 kilovolt Transformers, and that's a lot of juice.
Well, we called them, and we literally were all on the phone, when we did this, and we just really hammered the guy, and then Christina went up there and literally visited him when she was alive, and walked through his store, and he like threw her out, and she said, "I'm just trying to get information on, why you're selling this, high tech equipment that can hurt people." And I think we reported it at some point at Senator Warren's, and she had no interest. But he's up in New Hampshire, and he's an old guy. I guess he's not like even young. He's old. So we just kind of try to hammer him that way. But he's still in business. He's internet,
Yeah, I didn't know he was just one guy. I spoke with the secretary. And they handle everything there. Spark gaps, tungsten spark gaps, all kinds of stuff. I mean, everything you could...
What's a spark gap, Frank?
Well, the spark gap is used to actually tune a frequency. And as a matter of fact, you do it by sliding the tungsten and getting a measurement. Like say 55 thousandths is ideal for a small handheld EMP. But they have a variable spark gap that looks just like an old radio tuner. Exactly the same thing. but it
Wow.
allows the capacitor to build up. And what was 700 volts is, or 7,000 volts is still 7,000 volts, but it's got one hell of a punch to it because it's allowed to
Hmm.
build up. Good evening, Fire Within. Good evening, Carrie, Lisa Marie, and Memoir, and Rexton Tyler. I've already spoken with you, and Angel.
What about this meeting we're having? What's the date?
We don't have one yet. We have to have.
Why don't yeah,
We have. We're
Frank,
having.
it's the 7th.
What have you done about it? Were you going to start on me already?
I'm
Almost.
asking you, what's the date of the meeting we're
We
supposed to
don't
have
have
this
one
month?
yet because nobody got on the call last Sunday night. All right.
I was
Okay.
there. Nobody was
Yeah.
on the call last Sunday.
I waited an hour. Okay, at 6 p.m. on a Sunday evening. Okay.
Oh, I clicked in
Hmm.
around 3 to 4.
Well, there you go. We haven't had a meeting at 3 to 4 for 6 months.
Well, it's my fault.
No, that's okay.
But
Just open
Hey
your email.
Frank, I did try to sign on around like 6:20, 6:30,
Yeah.
but I didn't hear anyone, so I just hung up. You could have probably stepped away or something, and I just missed you.
Yeah.
mine didn't even open.
What I was going to propose is Wednesday evening at 6, and that'll be
Okay.
before our call so that we can talk back and forth. So
Uh,
we've got one
I'm
meeting under our
sorry.
belt. Excuse me?
I'm not understanding what you meant.
Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Perhaps we could
Right.
have a call from 6 to 7 or 6 to 7:30 and get together and
Hmm.
discuss where. I thought the Rhode Island area might be a good idea, or Connecticut. Get on that way and then shoot in the other direction and, spread it around. Because people from Connecticut and Rhode Island have been driving up to, northern meetings for a long time. We had a chance to see David come down from Maine, and we had a chance to see Ryan, who was a brand new TI locally, and Paula, who was a brand new TI locally, actually in Dorchester. We've got a lot of new people that uh, we're getting together, and you know we have to have centrally located direction. So we have to keep these meetings going and keep these New England calls going so that we can,
What's the
hey,
matter
make
with
plans.
Boston? What's the
Nothing.
matter with Boston?
Not a thing.
Something Boston?
I have to look at the situation and say, okay, we've got people in Connecticut, Rhode Island, uh, and we have to look at the fact that we have people in New Hampshire, in Maine. That would be great. But this trip, I think we can leave it up to a vote amongst everyone who joins the meeting. Where
So this Wednesday?
this Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
I will send you a text. I'm not going to bother with any more elaborate emails.
Okay. No link? You're gonna send a link?
Yeah, I always send a link.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I wanted to put out also, Frank, it's up to you. Sometime during the summer,
Yeah.
if you want to do something at my home, I have a very large home, and I can provide lunch, everything that everybody wants. I'd be happy to do it at my house if they would like to come.
Oh, that's
Uh,
fantastic.
I'll put up I'll put up everything. I mean, like everything, anything anybody needs. Okay.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for the offer. There's
lemonade, punch, a nice summer, light lunch.
I'll do lunch and dinner if that is what it comes to. No problem.
Lorraine, you can't even get out of bed. What are you talking about?
I just weed and feeded my whole lawn today because I'm on prednisone. And I'm doing so much better. I weed and feeded my entire lawn. I'm up and around, Barbara. I couldn't walk for 8 days with this prednisone.
I know.
I'm doing really fantastic. I'm going for an MRI on Saturday, and I'm doing fantastic. I mean,
You don't even. Yeah, you're on drugs. You can't feel a thing.
I don't care because the drugs are working. I don't like aspirin. I never take aspirin or pain relievers. They had me on that 24/7 at 1,600 milligrams, and it didn't even work.
Lorraine, you're not supposed to strain yourself. You're supposed
I'm
to take it
very
easy.
careful. I'm very careful, but you can't sit around and do nothing either. You know what I mean?
Her spine is being affected, so she's on prednisone, which is a painkiller. So she's out there doing shit with her spine. So she's going to end up in a wheelchair.
Oh, I'll be fine. Don't say that. I'm doing good. I got the best doctors in the world, and I'm just so amazed that these doctors have taken such great care of me, and they went way the hell out of their way, to make sure I got the best awesome care. So, they just told me, take it easy, but it's been 3 weeks, and I'm just doing a little garden work, I have to do that.
Okay.
But anyway, that office stands. I'll put on a grant thing for RTIs, and I'll put up the money, and anybody that wants to come, I'd love to have them. You can pick the dates, and just give me a couple of weeks in advance, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Lorraine. We have
no problem.
2 people that would like to speak tonight. I don't know if Chris is here yet. Chris is the gentleman who had this really high-level meetings with CIA and Maura Healey, and I guess his family is, well, they're doing okay, for lack of a better word at the moment. But anyway, would like to have him speak if he's on. And Tyler Whitman is here again, and he's had some hard luck with his case today. So he'd like to crack the mic.
A court case?
A case, yeah. He'll explain it.
All right.
If you haven't been following it.
I don't
Tyler,
know.
you ready? Whoop, he's not in there. I told him 9:45 anyway, so. But anyway, it's important. This next meeting is that we have is going to decide what we do for the first part of the summer or the first part of the spring. And it's going to be a really moving spring and summer. It's going to be like something like every other week. And I don't know how many we can get to pitch in, but right up until August 29th, I spoke with Allison, and Allison didn't really want to do anything too big for the 29th of August. So we thought that just going in town and demonstrating would be nice. And that's always something to do in the interim period in Boston. That's always something to do in the interim period. If we haven't got anything planned, well, okay, this week we'll demonstrate in Boston. So that's the way I see that. There's always somewhere where we can make a difference. And that's all basically what we have to do is make a difference. And now we have this new information which has not been proven as to source information yet, that's stating that the doctors are coming forward and saying that there were in fact directed energy weapons involved, and that these weapons are totally injurious, as the people there have brain damage from one.
Yes.
This is from one incident, I guess. Or can
No,
we?
it was over a period of time.
Or
They
can
were
we?
there for quite a long time.
Yeah, they were attacked
But they did.
at their homes too.
Right. And they did find out that not just one, but
Oh,
many of, pretty much all of them have brain damage.
right.
Hello, Frank.
Hi, Tyler. How you doing?
I'm not doing good at all. Not
What
doing good at all today.
what's the outcome?
During the hearing, they ignored all my arguments about the destructive nature of the medication and the AstraZeneca lawsuits and the Attorney General's investigation. And they basically said, well, their argument was he's not equipped to. Well, I got Heidi calling. So did they basically, to wrap it up, they gave me another year.
Of what?
Solitary, more or less. Not
Oh,
solitary,
he
but
went in the hospital, right?
right. Yeah, he's stuck there.
Refresh my memory.
Well, he is out of the Air Force, and for some reason his mom and him don't get along, and for one reason or another, which I'm not going to go into
Well,
on the air.
it's my mother. My mother's my guardian.
Mm-hmm.
And well, what do you mean? What would be the reason that you wouldn't mention on the air?
In case you have any further dealings before the year's time, naturally you can always appeal.
Okay, but anyway, it's so my mother was the guardian in the case, and her lawyer. I read the motion that the petitioner's motion on your call, I think, but also her husband is complicit and involved as well. I think he's a Freemason or something like that, but he was in the courtroom. I don't know why he was there, and I just looked over and he had a smirk on his face the whole time. That the judges was ignoring my pleas about the medication actually causing the symptoms, that they were using my history, and they didn't allow me to express the full point that those side effects from the medication are actually triggering delusions and hallucinations.
Oh, yeah, they want to keep you there so that they can do what they want with you. They don't want you off it.
Right.
Where are you, Tyler?
I'm in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Is there
going.
anything we can do? Is there anything that we can do as a group?
Not much. I mean, you can call the judge. I would call the judge, or
Do you remember his name?
it's a woman. Her name's Jacqueline.
A woman?
I'll put it in the text. Jacqueline D. Belton.
Okay.
Actually, it's on our site. It's on our website, I think. It's the same
Okay.
judge.
How old are you, Tyler?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Why is your mother your guardian?
Well, whatever happened to him, they probably put a power of attorney.
My mother petitioned the court for guardianship a month after I was involuntary institutionalized into this facility last year.
Okay, may I suggest something? Probably
I'm on Frank's call.
a lot better than you let on, but you should have your mom financially disclose everything, and her husband financially disclose everything. So to
Right.
see how much gain there is from them taking over your retirement from the Air Force, am I correct? Excuse me.
No, she's not receiving any. There might be some insurance claim or something like that, or like a trustee or something like that through the court or something, but some covert thing. But on the surface, she's not doing this for financial gain of my disability.
Okay, 'cause I imagine it cost X amount of dollars per month to take care of you there.
Right, it does, and that all comes from my disability for schizophrenia that they've given me.
Right.
Oh, that's
Well, how old were
ridiculous.
you when they gave
No
that
such
to
thing. How
you?
old are you? 33.
33.
There's
So
no
I
such thing as schizophrenia.
So it's 5 years. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I tried to express to the court, and I expressed over and over to the judge. Listen, I have more proof of these operations that you're calling hallucinations than you do for the chemical imbalance as a basis for my supposed mental illness, which I dispute. And they just get the talking points were over and over about. They talked about the double-blind studies done from the medication, and then he started talking about the holistic herbs I was taking, that I was going to harm myself with holistic herbs, and that was
By
actually.
by whose claim? I mean, did he have valid information stating that these holistic claims were going to hurt you?
No, you know what, Frank? It's like there was so much bullshit being thrown at me at one time. I just couldn't deal with it all. And plus, I had this attorney next to me swatting at my face, swatting at my face and swatting at my body, telling me to shut up, like be quiet, be careful, pipe down. I mean, this attorney was giving it to me at the last minute. I requested an adjournment to find proper representation. She denied that. So it was just a setup, man. The whole thing was a setup, and now I'm in here being forced to take this medication for another year by these people that claim they're people of God. Poisoning me with this neuroleptic drug and claiming that there's certain rules we have to abide by, and.
Yeah, which God though? I mean, uh,
There it
could
goes.
be the guy
You know.
downstairs too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you something. When my husband was attacked by V2K, he got up in the middle of the night. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and he said, "Lorraine, I don't look like myself, and I don't feel well." And I looked at him. He looked absolutely distorted, and he was all red, and he just didn't even look like himself. He was microwaved. I made a 911 call. And when the ambulance came, one of the paramedics, I didn't know any of them at the time, he had an attitude. And I said, "You got a problem?" And he said, "No." I said, "Then stop what you're doing. My husband's going to the Jordan, and that's it. And I'll be there 20 minutes later because I had 2 dogs to take care of." I went there. I wasn't even there. I was there 30 minutes later. They had 2 guards by him. Okay? I said, "What's this all about?" They said, "Well, he's hearing voices." I said, "How do you know that?" I said, "So I demanded a CAT scan on his brain. I demanded a full scan on his entire body. It came back absolutely normal. When he was in the hospital, his coloring came back perfectly. He looked normal. They brought in, then this fucking, pardon my language, social worker came in and said, "We want to put him in a nice, just give him." They brought him to McLean. And then I went in there, and visited him. He was only in there 7 days, but I did talk to his doctor. He was a Harvard doctor. And I said, "My husband is absolutely normal. He should not be here. And this is a lockdown facility, and you're very lucky I don't have an attorney suing you right now." And guess what happened? The doctor said to me, "He doesn't belong here, Lorraine." He goes, "He's perfectly normal." And I told him all about the military stuff and everything. He goes, "I'll look into that." And they released him the next day. And I'm just saying to you, you got to be careful how you talk. I mean, I was there for him, but you're only there by yourself, Tyler, and you get your mother against you, and your father or father-in-law against you. If
No,
there
no,
are
that's
people
fine.
down in the Carolinas, can we help them put together a small group and have
It's
them go in there?
it's my mother and her husband, my stepfather. But
Stepfather, yeah.
yeah, I admit, I went in when it first started happening to me, and I went into the VA psychiatric program, and I told them everything that was happening, which was very, which was my downfall. From
Yeah.
that point on, they continued to fish different things out of me, and I've been telling the VA psychiatry everything, so that's why I'm here now, because
Yeah, you can't tell anybody anything. You got to shut up and play it cool.
Right.
Play the game.
And not only that, if you're going to do anything like going to court, please have if we could put together 5, 6, 7 PIs from the Carolinas to go in there and defend you also,
And
Well,
don't sign shit.
Everybody tries to do
Don't
this alone.
sign nothing. Do not
They'll
sign anything.
they'll just pass it off as me being mentally ill, or they'll pass it off as the people coming in to be mentally ill as well. The other
Don't sign
TIs.
nothing.
And you're still in there, correct?
Right. I thought I was going to have a chance. The hearing was today, so I thought I was going to have a chance. But
Did you sign yourself in?
they have a contract. But
Did you sign yourself in?
Listen, there's a court order commanding me to be at a facility like this. So I mean, I what am I going to do? I had to sign the contract.
You didn't have to sign shit. And that's where they got you. Because here's how it works. When you are taken to a facility and they tell you that you will willingly sign yourself in, you're putting yourself under their care, and they don't have to release you until they say that you're sane.
Right.
Well, listen,
and they can also use force medication,
and they can keep it going for years while you're still nuts.
You've already
this
expressed
year,
that, Barbara.
Take it out.
Listen, here's what would happen if I refused to sign the contract for the facility. Is they take me back to the psych ward, and I would remain at the psych ward. I'd rather be here than at the psych ward.
Right.
Where are you? I thought
you
were in a
if I'm court ordered, if they had the hearing at, I just I explain all this. But they've had the hearing at the psych ward when I was there last year, and they put on the affidavit. I'm at the facility where I can use a laptop and the internet.
Okay.
But it's just devastating to think, because I was looking forward to getting out of here when my court order was up in 12 months. But then they had an emergency hearing, and they said, well, he's expressed his disdain for the medication. He's expressed that he doesn't think he should be on the medication, and that he's not mentally ill. So therefore, he's impaired from looking after his own treatment or taking the medication if we release him. So
that's hysterically funny.
So they have to give me another year based on that.
Wow.
And all these people were all, I mean, they're all playing their parts, including the lawyer that they slapped on me. I mean, this guy was just playing right.
Because you tell him you're not mentally ill, you're crazy.
Exactly.
That's basically what you just said.
Exactly. So they had the psychiatrist's testimony, the mental health case manager's testimony. I mean, I'm just getting heated right now just thinking about all this. Maybe I need to go take a shower, meditate, or something. I don't know, man. I'm just getting worked up.
Tyler, we'll help you.
Yeah, don't
okay.
get worked up.
We need to. Derek has some really great forms. Frank and I will talk, and Barbara. We need you out of there. You got framed, and we'll get you out of there. You were in the Air Force, for heaven's sake. and that's just crazy. You know?
Yeah. And when you go, they have the sign-in sheets, and I was in so much pain when I went, Tyler. All the physicians said, what you need to do is go and get a checkup at the psych ward because we can't help you. And so much pain. And as soon as you go in there and just sign your name, I said, can I leave when I want to? I just want a checkup because I'm in pain and nobody will help me. As soon as you sign your name, they get you. I mean, it's just a waiting list. That's it. Can you go outside? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, that's good. I'm in North Carolina. I could come and see you.
Okay, great.
But they just stole my credit card and my license. So, but I could. I mean, I would anyway.
You know, I mean, so we only have such a short time on this earth, and I mean, every year matters. So every year, you know, all these years they're keeping me here. A year, you know, I've already been here for a year, and I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong except complain about the programs that we all know about.
Right. There have been
Well, look
people
at
that have been locked
Romola.
up and they've been taken out.
She's complaining about being targeted when she went to her daughter's science fair, and she complained to the principal, and he reported her to social services.
Oh, has anybody heard from Melissa? Sorry to change the subject.
All right, Frank, I'm gonna get off of here, man.
I have. I've heard from her today. I've heard from her.
Okay, she all right?
This is Tracy. I talked to her and I'm kind of worried. I talked to her earlier today and then I called her tonight to check on her because I'm worried she's really depressed. Yeah. So she's had some incidents, I guess, happen in the last few days with her family and really been attacked. So I'm kind of worried about her. Yeah.
Yeah, she wants me to call and check on her every day, and she called crying her eyes out. So I think she got backed into a corner, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. Anytime anybody gets backed into a corner, just pick up the phone. Tracy does, and a whole bunch of other people do, but I mean, number's right out there. If anybody would like to have it, again, I will certainly give it to you.
Thanks, Frank. That's the comfort.
Okay, is Chris on the call yet?
Well, he's the guy who's related to the CIA.
Yeah, he's supposed to. I asked him if he would come on the call and go into greater detail because I had several people call with interest in hearing further.
Hey, guys,
I'm related to the FBI.
well, I'm related to OPP.
That guy's nothing but a goddamn liar, Frank.
Hey, you guys, who's
that guy's from space. I remember him.
He's from
who
where?
Are you talking about?
He's from space. He's a space cadet. That's what I call them when they're nuts.
Okay.
Not that guy, Chris. He's a liar.
All right. Well, we have to.
That's my opinion. Go ahead.
You have to give somebody. You have to give somebody the opportunity to. He has come up with source material every time he says something, so I can't really fault him for that. The source material has to be checked out.
Hey, I'm just asking because I'm kind of was wondering if it was it Melissa? Is Melissa the one that is backed into a corner?
Yeah, Melissa. Yeah.
If in Georgia? Hold on.
South Carolina, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I feel okay. Did she? I tried to call you. Remember? I don't know if you got the message. Okay. Damn. I feel bad about. I feel like maybe I hope that I didn't help to bring this on her. She called me for some information, and I gave it to her, and then she called me right back and said that she had opened it, and then immediately they shut down her computer and asked me to save the information, and I told her that I still had it, in my sent emails, and she asked me to email it to you, and I said I was going to talk to you first because it's like 20 emails, because she was using Proton Mail, and I know it only takes a small messages, so.
Well, what was it? Let us in on it.
It
what
was just
was it?
personal information about, something that she was needing, some personal information, and I looked it up for her and emailed it to her.
I don't think so, because they beat you up occasionally.
I get that too, but I still feel bad now. I feel like I hope that I'm not part.
No, I don't think so. She's worried about her family.
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry. That.
Yeah, she's a lot better than she was. I spoke to her today. Let me see, about noon, and she was in much better shape.
Frank, she's from Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Georgia, not South Carolina.
I think. Okay, I was just going into where she is now. I thought she might be coming up with.
She's from Nevada, or California, or Nevada. Is where she's from.
Yeah, she's got the accent. I was going to ask you that, but yeah, that comes out for sure. But
I'm sorry.
Where are you plugged in?
But she's got a lot of good information. She contributes a lot to the community and a lot to the show here, and she's always right there to help somebody else, So.
Right, and she's really upbeat usually and positive, and I like that a lot about her.
Does she have children, Frank? Does she have children?
I'm not sure about that. She
she does.
I'd like to.
Does. She got a little boy. Remember, she said he gets the voices.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't like to see.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Well, I just wanted to say I just got off Lewis Rowe's call. He had the Targeted Tea Day. I just got off his call, and he has a woman from Japan on there speaking to us about everything they're going through over there. So it was a good call. I was on there for a good 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really good call.
Oh, was that early one? I think he starts at 6 or something like that.
He started at 8.
Yeah, he should join Mike or something, because Mike's got a good following and could probably help out and get him some more support.
Yeah. Yeah, but he had a woman on there from Japan, and she was telling us everything they go through over there, organized stocking and stuff like that, and how she has the V2K, and yeah, she's really going through.
Awful. It's awful.
Yeah, it sure is. I can't think of anything more disgusting, and I can't believe I've actually gotten used to it to a degree. I mean, I get my surprises, and I have my really poor days, and I think I've mentioned them a few times. But to have something like this, I can't even label it. It's just too crazy.
Frank,
yeah.
You have no idea. I really can't say anything about what's going on here, but I got to tell you, you have no idea how these people that subcontracting stuff. Well, that's for real. That's for real.
Swoop.
Marcus, is that you? Because if you're
Yep.
gonna start pulling that stuff tonight, you're not gonna be here because we've got a lot of people that would like to speak here tonight, and you contribute a lot when you're not inebriated, and let's hope you're not that way now.
Frank,
Yes.
did you hear about Susie Dawson?
No, I did not. What's going on?
She's critically ill in Russia.
Oh boy.
Elizabeth Leah Voss, her sidekick,
Yes.
sent out all kinds of tweets and emails saying that she is critically ill in
Now,
Russia.
was
And she used the word critically ill.
there any pre-existing condition?
You know, she never mentioned it.
Yeah. That's what.
But I know she was sick at one time when she left New Zealand, when she went to Russia. I think she's under attack.
She probably could very well be.
Well, they shut up Assange, and they went after Ramola. They went after Catherine Horton. Now Susie. I've been under attack.
I have.
Me too. Like I was telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're speeding it up. They're using other devices, which I won't mention right now. It's being investigated.
Right.
This is Frank. Let me tell you, I can't believe it myself. They just take it upon themselves, these private contractors, and just come over and mess with the lines, the telephone lines, the electric lines, the balls of these people. No paperwork, no nothing. Yeah.
Barbara,
this is what I'm going through now. So
in my house.
to me, they're trying to kill. That's all I got to say on that one. They're trying to kill you. This is bullshit.
Mhm.
Well, if they do, then they got to come up with a new person to streamline for years, you know?
It's not only me, Frank.
Yeah.
There's other people. Oh, definitely. Definitely. He just got $20,000 worth of work.
Yeah,
concrete, sod, his whole fences, the plastic fence, the a jungle gym for his two devil kids, and all cement in the backyard, about $3,000 shed. Oh, I added all up.
Did he
about
pull
$20,000.
Did he pull a second on the house though? You know?
No, he's got no second.
No.
No way.
Well, you
These people are making a hefty freaking living.
Oh, yeah.
They're making a hefty freaking living, and if he don't attack me one day, which I got to see that happen, he goes to somebody else. They go to they get in their vehicle. I don't have to tell you, and they get a contract. They go do somebody else, and then they make. If they do it for a week, they make a lot of money.
Got somebody trying to sneak in there, Suze. I thought it might have been you, but I thought there was somebody trying to sneak in there.
What do you mean sneaking in? What?
Okay, it was probably you.
I'm eating chips. Is that what you hear?
I could have been.
Oh, you mean on the
I
line?
apologize.
All right, don't eat it on the phone. Like, put the phone away from you, because we're listening. If somebody comes in on what we say, we got to watch out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm done. I just want to let you know it's getting freaking heavy.
It is. I noticed this time of the year in particular, things start to climb in early spring and then right before the holidays in the fall.
Yeah.
Seems to be the rule. As soon as the windows start to open up, for some reason.
Well, I ain't giving up, Frank. He could put his dick up on that goddamn telephone wire.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
I'm pissed off. I'm mad.
Me too. That doesn't do me any good.
No, it ain't gonna do me no
As
good.
you watch the roaches crawling up your walls, they're making a ton of money.
Yeah, they are. Isn't that awful?
Mm-hmm.
We're dying here. We're slaving it out. We're torturing it up, and they're making money off of it. Is this America? Where the hell am I?
It's getting
I think
better.
I'm in hell.
I think it's going to get better because, as Lorraine was saying earlier, and I'll echo that, we've got doctors that are now claiming, this is from Derek now, that they were in fact directed energy weapons used in Cuba against our embassy workers. So there's a lot of good that's going on this year. One way or another, this is getting exposed. And this Cuba thing gets any deeper, we might as well just walk out in the street, you know?
Right. But you know what, Frank? It's Lorraine. If we can get this guy's name, we could actually send letters to Senator Warren, everybody in Massachusetts, New York, and just say, hey, listen, the U.S., diplomats that went to Cuba, we now have information, that they have been attacked by two and different frequencies. Now, we have groups in Massachusetts, New York, worldwide, but if you just stayed in New England and just said, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? Because now we have proof. And so Derek has to step up to the plate, come up with a name.
Yeah, I'd like to have a name too, because if he's trying to hold out for some type of exclusive on it, that's just not fair, because it's got to be spread around. So
a name for what? A doctor? Doctor's name? Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. What if you call and ask him? Like, I want to call Derek tomorrow and ask him.
I'll call him myself. I'll drop him an email.
Just have one person call,
Yeah, I'll drop him an email, and if I don't get an answer, I'll give him a buzz, see if I can rattle his cage and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, my perps next door, we've been watching this. They come once a month. A big, huge flatbed comes down at 10 o'clock at night. And what do? They drop off cars and pick up their cars. So, it's just, they're terrorizing people. They got cars with different license plates on it, cars that aren't even, identifiable. And, this is an operation. Bullshit.
Wow. This is a big operation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I have no doubt. Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, if the
not cute.
If the Black Hawk helicopters were not involved, I would say this is totally criminal. But when you have these huge military helicopters, coming by and, chemtrails, it's military too, They're just all being bought and paid for, and they're all criminals as far as I'm concerned. All right.
I agree with that.
We have something to work on.
Well, I'm not giving up on the fight.
Hi, Vanetta.
Hi, Vanetta. I'm not giving up on no fight. Now, I advise all of you to keep fighting. Whatever you see, conquer it. Use something else, but fight. Go ahead, Vanetta. Yeah.
That's what I've said right from the beginning.
Then they hate you if you try to fight them. Everyone, gives you, and then it's hard. It makes it hard.
That's war.
It is war. You know what? That's what Will Smith said on the radio the other day. This is war. Yeah.
Well, it is.
It is kind of.
Tell me what is different about what's going on with us than a war.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nondescript. They stepped up my microwaving, and it's increased. Like you guys were talking, I've been on the phone for a while listening to you. They've increased it, and it's war. It's crazy.
Anyone just coming out.
How have you been, Vanetta?
Mm-hmm.
I've been okay. I've been working on the TIJ with Lewis. I was on the call with Paula, And we did a planning call when they would listen anyway. Earlier
Oh, that's
today
good.
with Ella, you know, with more people, and we have to fight them. I was down handing out flyers. Two guys were down there with me at the refugee rally, and I gave them flyers too. What the hell, you know? And it's like at this point, and I knew when I came home they was gonna microwave me. It's taken me a while to call in to talk to you. It took a while, 30 minutes to call in to talk to Lewis. They've been messing with my phone all day, but I've gotten through. They came in our Buddhist group. It's just, I was talking to Ella earlier, but I decided, I was upset for a while and I was crying. But after I started crying for a while, I got mad, because I haven't done anything.
That's that Marcus character.
Actually, it isn't.
No?
Yeah. And they're just terrorizing us, I was listening to Paula. They microwaving her through the wall, and I was telling her how to, she's going to shield herself, and even because they're really going to come after you when you sleep, Yeah, and when you're sitting, and I'm constantly throwing cold water on my face because they're trying to microwave my face because I have vision problems. So, but I'm determined that I'm not going to stop fighting them, because they have no right to do this to any of us. We haven't done anything.
Right.
It's just infuriating, and the fact that people are making money, like the other lady said, it's enterprise. I see the flatbed trucks coming in here, dropping off cars, different license plates. I got a new perk next door. She came out when I went to the grocery store. I think I got off the call with Lewis, the earlier call, Lewis and Ella. And to see me, she's redhead. They got a new one, So it's like, it's like, I just go on about my business. I'm determined to fight. I don't waste any more energy talking to them because at one point I got so mad. I put this flyer up. I went to this lecture, and it was about the legal lynching of this man in Birmingham, Alabama. Because
I read that.
Yeah, to steal the quote, this ain't nothing but high-tech lynching, what they doing to us. It ain't nothing but high. And that's what made me mad today, and I started crying. Because it ain't nothing but high-tech lynching. But yet, this is legal lynching.
High-tech what? High-tech what?
Lynching. Lynching. Lynch. L-Y-N-C-H. Lynching.
Oh, lynching.
Can I bring up something? Do you remember the man from the, oh, Jesus, he was down in Georgia. He had a big job. He was black. They found him dead. And the judge from Washington, she was a very prominent black judge. They found her in the river. Nobody ever came up with anything as to what happened to both of those people. And it was nothing but, that was just like, that was murder on both of them. And there was never a follow-up article or anything about both of those people. And they were both prominent.
Mm-hmm.
So it just shows you, like, they weren't even involved in the thing. That one man was involved with, oh God, he was part of the, he was a biochemist or something. And he found out that the flu shots were corrupt, and next thing you know, he was just gone. And that other woman, she was a judge. She was like a Supreme Court judge. They found her in the river. They found him in the river. And I never saw another article about either one of them.
Hey, ma'am, I want to go back in just for a minute, okay? Vanetta, that's really interesting, and I never heard of it either. We could talk about it, but Vanetta, I'm not sure that Vanetta was through. And
no, what I was saying, but I agree that it is technical. Technically, it's high-tech lynching. They're legally, and this is the new way to kill people off that they're targeting. And they've been targeting people all along. And I sat here and gave a great thought that they spread this and they figure out how, and like that Supreme Court judge said it was high-tech when he was being reviewed, Clarence, whatever his name. But we are, it's high-tech lynching, because they're using these methods where they can't be traced. And, this is a new way to kill people. like they say, the soft kill, but it is high-tech lynching. And like the judge and the man from the CDC who said that the flu shots were corrupt, they were found in the river because, well, I watch a lot of forensic shows because I'm trying to figure out what is what. And the reason why they put them in the river and they rinse all evidence away. You know, any evidence on their DNA, anybody handling them, anything, all that evidence is gone. You know?
Yeah,
That would make a terrific T-shirt.
Yeah.
Just put high-tech lynching. I mean,
I
people are
agree.
going to read that, and they're going to start to wonder about that one.
Yeah.
I like
They're
that.
gonna want
I'm going to make a T-shirt out of
Yeah.
that.
Yes, high-tech lynching.
Yeah.
And it's a lynching memorial just opened up. Ironically, a memorial just opened up in Montgomery, Alabama, for the history of lynching of African Americans, 4,000 people. I said, well, they spread it around now. They trying to lynch 300,000 of us at one time, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the targeting is spread. And that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's got to be.
Well, the
At
number,
least
You know,
it only takes a couple hours. The torture is what's hard too. Lynching, torture, ongoing.
yeah,
and I'm just using the terminology to encapsulate it all, high-tech lynching, to encapsulate all the torture, because it's an umbrella torturing that they're using on us, from V2K to microwaving to implants to nanotechnology to chemtrails to poison. Because I questioned Susie Dawson in Russia was in good health, and now she's critically ill, and I wondered if she was poisoned.
Yeah.
I wonder the actual.
I came up with an online internet capsule of people. I came up originally with the idea of doing a message in a bottle and do it all on one day on like May 1st years ago, where everybody threw something in the streams, rivers, lakes, whatever, and say, you know, take this bottle and do it responsibly as far as recycling. But if we did an online internet time capsule that we created on a website, whether it's Frank's or something, and everybody could just tell us, a 4 or 5 thing sentence what's happened to them, at least it's kind of proof. If anything happens to anybody,
I'd love to have that.
There's a global map that they have that you can go into and put your position there.
Yeah, they do.
If you want. I did.
Your time capsule is located here, but it actually isn't. It's just a map. But yeah, that's a good idea. That map thing is. But
how do you get there? What do you remember what it was called?
I really don't. I really don't.
Lost it.
I think the time capsule idea is good. We could have one night of, we'll say Wednesday night, of everyone telling their story, and naturally it's recorded, and we'll put it on like 2 or 3 thumb drives and put it somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
At least it's evidence in the end. I mean, it may not be in our lifetime. Hopefully it will be. I know people like John St. Clair, when I got into this, there was a whole nother group of very prominent PIs, and you never hear from them again. But at least in our case, we would have that, kind of in a time capsule, internet, and hopefully somebody will find it, I'm just saying if it
That's
came
a
to
good
that.
point. Yeah, because Ella was reading off names tonight, and she said, I don't know what happened to this one. It just fell off the map. I don't know what happened to that one.
Right.
It
What
just
happened
like
to Terry? Terry doesn't seem to be around.
That's why I asked Ella tonight about Terry, and she was saying that he was wrapped up in really trying to help this one woman, PI, because he's not on his calls anymore. She's been trying to reach out to him, and she's just waiting for him to call her back. But he's really wrapped up in helping this one person.
What?
I think he's
helping this one person. It's really what?
No, really wrapped up. That's what I heard too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. Fine.
He's got a girlfriend and he's getting laid.
I think so.
Which is worse, what you said or what I said, Barbara? I said
What?
dick, you said getting laid. Which is worse?
I was being polite.
Frank, we are recorded on your show.
Yes,
Not
we
that
are.
I want to be. Yes, so there's your proof.
Yeah.
I just hope he's okay. And because his niece came over when she found out it was a TI, and this was a couple of months ago, and she talked to him about beware of honeypots, women. And he said, what? His niece came over visiting him one night. And then, so I just hope this is okay. I really do.
Yeah,
I hope
supposed to be.
I hope she's not a perp honeypot.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping my understanding, y'all are terrible. My understanding is she's a TI.
Has anybody heard from Linda, the engineer that got burned? I haven't heard from her in a long time.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, if anything, Miss Vanita, I definitely sympathize with you and what you've been going through today. I pray that you feel you feel better after this call. This is the idea, to get on the call and just be hugged and just be supported by people in your community. So I hope that you feel the love and that that you got we got you, and that you be in our prayers, and we should all pray for each other and definitely hold each other in the highest of standards, because we all go through different things. And today maybe Miss Vanita going through something, and tomorrow it might be me or someone else going through hell. So I definitely hear you out. It's lynching, and these sadistic people will use anything possible to make themselves feel bigger. So I just wanted to say that and point that out. Tonight,
Letty?
I'm contributing by, yes, Frank, I'm contributing by just sending some links, and I have some links that I'm sharing in the chat area. So I have a lot of things that I just posted there for people, like Court Bundles by Catherine Horton and some PDF files that I'm sharing out there. So as I hear things, if I have any files in my files that I think someone might be able to use, I'll post it there. I'll be on probably for the next 10 minutes or so. So it's good to hear you guys. Just wanted to let you know that I'm here and I'm praying for this community.
Yeah, I was crying, but I still went on my plan. Thank you, Letty. I was crying, but I still went on my planning call. That didn't stop me.
Hey, Letty? I hate to interrupt you, Vanessa. I just wanted to ask Letty a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you lead us in prayer for a minute?
Sure. It's going to be a Christian prayer.
Sure, that's fine.
And anyway, thank you, Father. We thank you tonight for this time together. Lord, we thank you that you are the creator God that we can look to. We can look to this universe. We can look to our communities. We can look to our tragedies and the harmful things that we go through. Lord, we can look through the pain and the suffering that we endure, God, and still know that you are greater than all these things. You're greater than all the technology. You're greater than all the weapons. You're greater than every tactics, every plot. You're greater than every entrapment. You're greater than any deception, any lies, and even our hidden sin in our own hearts and the evil ways in our own flesh. God, we thank you that you're a Father that we can turn to and say, thank you, Yahweh. Thank you for creating this universe. We thank you that, you give us strength, that anywhere we look in the world, we have nature that you created. We have animals, pets, we have each other. So in this community tonight, I just want to bless every single person in this community. I just want to bless every single one that's gone through, loss of any sort, losing people, losing materials, losing position, losing prestige or reputation, people whose reputation have been tainted, God, people whose finances have been disrupted. All of us have gone through some things, so but we join together just to say that we have a voice still, and we're not going to be silenced. We're going to be speaking about what we go through, and we're going to be trying to find solution. We hope that, Father God, that you inspire those solutions in our lives, in our homes, in our workplaces, for those of us who are working and those who are trying to find work, Lord, or find a new home or housing arrangements. So I lift my voice up to say thank you. I'm grateful for what you have made in me. I'm your creation, and all those things that happen are not your fault because you're a good father. But we do have evil forces in this world, as we know that are adamant about just completely disobeying and do all kind of evil things. So we know the forces at hand in our targeting, in our persecution and oppression. We know that some things we have invited and open doors were open through bloodlines and different things that we some of us are aware of. But I just want to just say thank you. For our lives still, we're not dead, we're still alive, and we're going to use the life force that you're still giving us, that we still have, to move forth. And I just want to pray power, positivity. I want to pray courage. I want to pray life into the heart, the mind, soul, and spirit of the people on the call tonight. I want to pray that, God, you bless them abundantly, that you cover them, that you protect them, oh God, like only you can protect them, that you give them the defense mechanism that they need spiritually, physically, biologically, God, emotionally, that you just awaken, God, the life force inside our bodies, God, to reanimate us and to heal us. I know that you are able. You've done that for me. You've done that for many people on the call. And I thank you that you can always, always, always do that for us. Tonight, I just want to thank you for your peace, your shalom. I pray that your shalom, God, just be spread out through the lungs of every single person here. I pray that your shalom be spread out through the homes of every single person here. I pray that your shalom may be spread to their activities. Lord, I pray that you bless the work of the hands, that you bless also the friendships that have been formed through this. And with that said, we're going to be trusting you and trusting that every single inspiration will come from you, that there'll be no violence, no aggression, but there'll be just smart, intelligent people gathering together because you've given us that intelligence, come together for great solutions that are going to be everlasting. That said, we bless your name tonight, Yahweh. We thank you. I pray this in the name of Jesus.
You did that just for me, huh?
Thank you.
No, she did it for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
She did it for all of us.
Frank did it
Thank
for
you.
me.
Thank you.
I was
We have
reading
two things
something
that bind us
today,
together. We are all
Frank.
the eyes,
I
and
was
we are.
reading something today, and I wanna tell you about it.
Okay.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you for asking a prayer. I on that note, before the lady goes on, there'll be a prayer night every Tuesday night starting tomorrow night. Actually, I'm going to be leading a Bible study thing. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to pray. Anyone who's interested can
Good
come
for
up
you.
to Julia's call.
I was listening to Bill Maher the other night, the comic.
Mm-hmm.
And he
I like
had
him.
a gentleman on there, and I can't remember his name, I'm sorry to say. But he was talking about Socrates and the Greeks, the ancient Greeks. And he said that he was reading about him, and he was reading about how the concept of the soul came about. Is that when people died, the last breath that they expelled, they considered to be the soul. They considered the breathing as the giver of life. The breath is the giver of life. And then when the person died, the last breath, that was the escaping soul. So that's where the concept of soul came from. I thought that was pretty interesting. Made sense.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I am detoxing because I know I'm upset, and I am detoxing. Got my senior detox fast because I need to get the toxins out. And thank you, Letty. And that was interesting. Was that Barbara? Was it Susan? Who was that with the concept of soul?
Welcome, Miss Vanita.
Oh, that was memoir.
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 Yeah,
Barbara.
memoir is
Yeah.
Barbara.
Yeah.
That's Barbara. That's memoir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Miss Vanita, if I may introduce very quickly, I like that reference, by the way, that scientific soul reference that a lady brought up. But Miss Vanita, if I can ask you, I also started on Lorraine and I think Ella and other Connie's recommendation. I also started to detox. So I wanted to ask you what you've got, because so far I've only got the walnut complex and the bentonite, and I'm thinking of getting the diatomaceous earth because my body really needs to go to some detox. What have you done for yourself right with that?
The detox, I'm doing a detox foot bath to pull it down because my understanding that you can also drink the vinegar and baking soda and Epsom salt to cleanse your body.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the deed, and I may drink it also because I also realize the buildup of toxins may be throwing off my natural my even kill, and I realize that it's been salted. So, but right now I'm doing
what
the.
do they say the vinegar does for you? What does it actually do? You know?
Kanye explained it. It's apple cider vinegar with mother, and I have
the alkaline in it. It's the alkaline in it that kills the parasites.
Oh, hi, Paula.
Hi. I just got out of my detox bath. That's why I wasn't talking. I had y'all on speaker and I was muted. But she's correct. I just got out of the bath with Epsom salt, sea salt, vinegar, and baking soda. And I drink the baking soda apple cider vinegar with water in the morning. I drink that every morning. So it's good. It cleanses you out.
A teaspoon.
I see.
What is the water to ratio of baking soda that you're drinking?
Okay, you know, like the Poland Spring bottled water, you buy a case of them. You know the Poland Spring. I take one of those, and I put a teaspoon of baking soda in it, and the cap full off the vinegar. I put 2 of those in there, in the water.
Listen, I want to tell you, be careful with the baking soda because baking soda is all salt. You're taking a teaspoon of salt. You're putting in your body every morning.
You need salt with this.
Right, but you should be getting it naturally through your foods.
Oh, I don't get to cook food around here. I don't get to cook food.
There's salt in all your food.
What I was going to say is you don't want to become too alkaline. Because if
alkaline,
right,
you want to,
but I flush my body.
Don't take that baking soda every morning. Don't take that baking soda every morning.
If you flush your body all day with water, it's good. It's okay because I flush my body all day with water.
Yeah, well, okay, if you think so, but I don't think so. I'm a dental hygienist, and I brushed my teeth with baking soda and water, and I rinsed my mouth out every morning 3 or 4 times, and I used to brush my teeth under the shower, and I still got a lot of that baking soda in my body. And over a period of years, it built up, and I started getting all these weird symptoms, and I went to the doctors, and I told him, and he says, stop the baking soda. That's what's causing you side effects.
Yeah.
Oh, for what it's worth. You do what you want to do. It's up to you.
Let them do what they want to do.
I think
Can I ask you a question, Barbara? So you said you were a cop. Now you say you're a dental hygienist.
I was. Both.
What the hell? And you were running for mayor?
And I was in the Navy.
What the fuck? What are you doing on being targeted with all of this crap? I don't understand how you're targeted.
She works on all the cops' teeth.
I did not. I was a cop.
You worked on the cops.
You must get some Social Security. Let me tell you.
After I got divorced, I joined the Navy, and that I believed it when they told me this was going to be an adventure, and that's what I decided I was going to do. So then after the Navy, I was a cop for a couple of years, and then after that, when I came back east, I went back to school because I couldn't get a job. And then I became a dental hygienist, graduated from Northeastern in Boston. I did all this stuff in, what, I don't know, 20 years, I guess, maybe. Wasn't like overnight, you know.
Well, how come you targeted them with all the stuff that you were doing?
Well, because I went and told the mayor when he was building that golf course on the watershed, then the water in this town sucked. It was brown. It looked like Flint. It was brown and stinky, and you couldn't bathe in it. You couldn't wash clothes in it. You couldn't drink it. You couldn't do anything. So this fucking asshole's building oh, pardon me, I'm sorry, is building a golf course on the watershed across the street from where I was living. And I was like, why is he doing that? He's going to make the water worse. So I went in with a girlfriend who also felt the same way. And we talked to the mayor, and 2 weeks later, I was targeted, and it came from him.
Oh, yeah,
Put my name on the list.
What about that other girl? The one you were with?
Now, wait a minute. Because I spoke out about the golf course, I was considered an activist, a dissident, and a whistleblower. So I was all three. That's why I was targeted.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course.
Yeah, you must get one hell of a Social Security check, huh?
Why would I get one hell of a Social Security check?
You were a cop, a dental hygienist.
Yeah.
You put a lot of time in there.
Yeah, a lot of quarters. I don't mean.
I graduated from college in 91. I worked 2 years, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96 is when I got targeted. I worked 6 years as a dental hygienist before they threw me out of my job. So it wasn't too long.
No,
I don't have a hell of, I get widow's pension because I'm a widow.
Navy.
That's good.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
You got nothing for the Navy, Barbara?
No, I only was in 5 years. I didn't get shit
still.
except I got a DD Form 214 and an honorable discharge. And that, you know, has status there.
Right.
So. Anything else you want to know?
No, that's about it, Barbara.
Oh,
good.
You're documented now.
Well, I did it all, you know. I decided, and I've done more than that. I ran for mayor. You know about that.
Yep.
That was fun.
Like Connie Marshall? You ran for mayor?
Did Connie Marshall run for mayor?
No, she didn't
Yeah,
run
that's
for
what
mayor.
it all happened with her.
No, somebody else said that, and she said no. She was on a call once last year, the year before.
All
she
over
never ran for
her
mayor.
website, she said she was a mayor candidate.
I was. I got my name on the ballot. I can prove it. All you had to do was go out and get 50 votes, 50
Really?
people's signature. Yeah, that's it.
Huh?
And then you have to turn around and you got to beg people for money so that you can write up your flyers and do your things. But basically, you just get dressed up and go and out and you talk about your platform, what you want to do for an agenda. And I made up these little flyers and I handed them out and I told everybody what I wanted to do as a mayor. But they didn't have confidence in me because they didn't think that I was economically bright enough to figure the thing out. The people in this town had already decided who they were going to have for mayor, and it was already fixed. The whole thing is fixed.
Definitely.
The mayor.
Yes.
The whole thing's fixed.
I believe it.
It blew me away. I was absolutely astounded at the corruption that I ran into. And this was on the local level, running for mayor. I mean, how how much more basic can you get than that? And the son of a bitch was so corrupt. It was incredible. Blew me away.
Everything is corrupted.
Oh, well, the judges here are corrupt too. Wicked, wicked.
Oh, I just wanted to let you guys know, especially Susan, that I've heard more and more and more about that emotive game. I guess that's definitely a thing that's happening.
What's that?
That emotive game that you guys came up with.
Oh, from
the
Susan.
headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The headset, and now it's hooked up to the cell phone, the smart cell phone. Now they're hooking it up, and you see a picture of the brain.
Oh, great.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Pick your
You
brain?
make phone calls with just your head, just like thinking at it. Is that what it is?
It's you got to look it up, Barbara. It's I think that's how they communicate back and forth with us through the emotive. It's a brain to brain interface.
Right, but you said they're hooking it up to the iPhone now. What did they do
I have
with the iPhone? They making phone calls with it?
No, they want you to communicate. They say with your own brain.
Right.
That's from the cell phone. The cell phone has a picture of your brain. You're mapped out on your cell phone. Now you can map out your brain on your own cell phone, your smartphone, and then you put that headset on. And I guess if you feel tired, you don't feel tired no more. You feel fear. Now you don't feel fear no more. Brain mapping. It has all the technology right in there. They're pulling that with me. They're pulling a lot of shit today with me with that. I can't move. I'm tired. After I did my lawn, I trimmed, I did all this. I still had errands to do. And this heavy thing came over me. I said, holy crap, it feels awful. And it's making me tired. But I gotta like beat that thing.
Oh, they do that to me every afternoon.
But I gotta get out of here. I can't keep staying in here.
You get really tired.
It's like your
Very
body.
tired.
Yeah. You can't move. I couldn't.
Can't
I
move.
Can't move. I feel like I'm
You
in.
could feel it. You could feel it.
Yeah. I don't know how they do that.
All right then.
They do it. Oh yeah. What about? Wait, I have to say about that girl Linda, the burn girl.
Yes.
I
didn't know if you were still watching it, so I wanted to change it. I don't want to watch MSNBC.
We're talking about Linda, the one that got burnt. I have a little information from asking a couple of weeks about her. She had a court case because the apartment that she was in, or it was a house, it went up in flames and it took out another house, the next door neighbor house. So she was up on charges. And the last we heard of her, she was very upset because she was going to court. So what we think happened to her, she got put into, the mental institution, but also she has to stay in there for a year because she has charges also. She has charges also, arson.
Arson? What did she try and burn?
Yeah.
The room or?
Well, from what she said, she jumped in the fire with gasoline. She started a fire in either a house or an apartment that she lived.
Wow.
So it took out the house and it took out the neighbor's house, the fire. So that's arson.
They probably didn't like that too much.
No, so she had to go to court. I remember her on the phone, very upset and scared. So I think she got mentally, she's in a mental institution, but now she's, what do you call that? It's a mental institution, but it's prison for arson.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't get away with everything.
Like
you
asylum.
do not get away with everything. What, Frank?
Asylum-like.
No, I would say there's. Gee, I had the name on the tip of my tongue. Like when you do a criminal act, but you're crazy.
The grin
They
bin.
stick you in in like
it's
a
called
prison hospital.
Yeah.
Like temporary insanity, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For a year. This is what they said. For a year. And then maybe she can make a phone call or something. That's all I know. That's all I heard when I asked about her.
She started the fire?
She started the fire and she jumped in it.
Wow.
Was it accidental?
No, she jumped in the. When you take out the place you live in the next house too.
What was it accidental?
Well, she had a gasoline can.
Oh, okay.
We don't really know. We don't really know. I think this is speculation that's being.
This ain't speculation. I'm telling you, this is exactly what happened.
Well, we don't. Yeah, exactly. We'll say that. Actually, I think you might be right. It's pretty alarming. It's pretty alarming.
This is what happened. We were following her when
got
she
that info.
When
Barbara, I'm not
no,
saying
I got the info from her on the phone.
Barbara, you misunderstood. Barbara, you misunderstood me. I'm not saying that you're not right.
Excuse me?
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you misunderstood me.
Letty.
Oh, okay.
Letty.
All right. I thought you were because I got
Letty.
this from her being on the calls, and then.
Hello. Is it Frank calling me?
Actually, I was.
Hey, Letty, I'm here.
Who called me?
Okay.
Hi.
I wasn't talking, Frank.
Well, I think Ashley and Barbara, I think we're talking about that arson case, and Ashley, I think you're saying like be careful what we say because, but then she said she talked to the lady directly and she admitted to it. So if she admitted and it was intentional, then she said it came from her mouth. But I don't know.
Barbara?
I was worried about her because I haven't heard from her on the calls in a long time.
Oh, okay.
Is Barbara still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, she hung up.
No,
She's here.
Susan hung up.
Barbara, I just wanted to tell y'all, Barbara heard that from her own mouth, Linda's own mouth on Linda's call.
I didn't listen. That wasn't me talking. That was Susan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Susan.
Oh, well, which Linda are we talking about? Linda Constance?
No, Linda.
Not Linda the moderator.
Okay.
Not Linda the moderator, but she heard it on Linda the moderator's call.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
I'm sorry, Susan.
I was on the same call.
Susan, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah, when in doubt, Rex. Look at him. He's like, when in doubt, blame Barb. That's funny.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever the lady that was talking.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it either. I was curious.
Yeah.
Well, what can we do?
Frank.
What can we do to help her?
Frank.
Yes.
I was on Linda the moderator's call when the lady Linda was on there. The lady said, you know how you have V2K? She said they told her to start a fire. She started the fire, and I guess she got burnt, and her house got burnt up. So the lady says, this lady on your call tonight is not lying. I was on that same call.
I don't know.
You guys, I never said you. I didn't mean for it to come out like to say that she was lying.
Yeah.
I did not mean for it to sound like that. I never said she was lying.
Yeah, that's right. No. Actually, I think you were just trying to get the right details.
Susan, I'm sorry if it came out that way. I apologize.
And she had to go to court. She was real worried. She had to go to court, and she kept stressing to us on the phone, on Linda the moderator's call, that she was going to go to jail. She was going to go to jail. She was going to go to jail. She was real fearful, and Linda the moderator was telling her that you're not going to go to jail. You know, it wasn't your fault. You know, she was forced to do it. I guess she was forced to do it, and she was sleeping in her car when she was talking to us that night. She was sleeping in her car because she came homeless. But she had to go to court, I guess, that Monday. We was on the call that Friday.
When did that happen?
Yes.
This was recent. This was maybe a couple months ago.
Terrible.
Maybe a couple months ago, yeah.
A couple months ago?
Yeah.
That's sad because I don't think that, I think she should have been treated longer for those burns. I would imagine she's not all the way healed. That's wrong that they took her to jail.
Did that happen?
But I don't know. I haven't heard from her since, so I don't know where she is now. Whoever that was talking must have heard more information. I haven't heard nothing else since then.
I think it was Susan.
State?
Wow.
Do you know where she was located?
I want to say it was like California or Idaho. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I pulled into a coffee shop one night, and I get out of my car, and went in and got my usual. And I come out, I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, and at that time I was smoking a cigarette, and I started smelling gasoline, wicked strong. So I'm looking all around, and I finally get out of the car and put the butt out in the opposite direction of where the gasoline smell was coming from. And gasoline was pouring out of this parked car. And there was a woman in there with a couple of kids. And I said, "Get out of the car." And she goes, "I ain't getting out of my car." And I said, "You getting out of your car? I'll call the police right now. Get out of your car. Go inside and, you know, call you. Well, my mechanic just worked on it. Well, you better call your mechanic up. Call somebody because there's gas leaking everywhere." So anyway, they went inside and they were looking like they were making an attempt to get in the car and drive it away. I called the fire department. It must have, there must have been 10 gallons of fuel, of gasoline all over the ground.
Wow. Wow.
So fire department came down and foamed the whole place.
Frank, I have a question.
Sure.
Today's the 7th. Are we having a meeting this month?
Oh yeah. Yep. I was just discussing that with Barbara earlier. This Wednesday night, which you will be alerted, we will be having a 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock, or maybe 7:30. Whatever we need right before this show, so that we can have some time to discuss where we're going to have the next meeting. I've looked at how many people are located where, and right now I think it should rotate to Rhode Island probably, and then we're going to have to take another look. But that's a vote, okay? That's not my decision to make. It, you know. So
when are you having this 6 o'clock thing?
Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And
Okay. Over the phone?
Yes. Yeah. That's
okay.
That's going to decide the next meeting area, whether it's going to be a demonstration in like Providence or Hartford. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Maybe this time when you do it, maybe is there a way for somebody to do, like to do y'all on the call for those of us that are like scattered in states that don't have anybody, and then we could kind of be there participating with you a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that. All we need is I can stream from my phone. I can stream YouTube right from my phone.
Okay, if it's not too much trouble, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Frank, I got another question. I'm sorry.
Sure. No.
Did you send us messages about Sunday at 6 o'clock?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I tried to get on Sunday, and it didn't go through.
Well, you know what it is? I was on there until like 4 minutes of 7, something like that. And it's Sunday night. It's 4 minutes of 7. So I'm starting to think, okay, well, this isn't going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I could have kept it open, but like I say, it was Sunday night, and
it's a different access code number, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, it is different altogether.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's in. You got to start looking in your spam folder.
Yeah, he sent it to us in the email.
Yeah.
I didn't get the new number.
No, it's off purple. It was. It had a lot of purple colors, purple shades to it.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the newsletter will resume probably Friday. I just haven't had time to add to it.
Okay. So we're gonna get the alert for this Wednesday though. You're gonna send us the
Yeah,
alert for
yeah.
that.
I'll send text.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
no problem. But I found a way to trick my mass mailing service, and that's to put Frank at targetedmassachusetts.org as the main email address, and then put frank.thearcher@gmail.com as the sender, as the name of the person who's sending
Oh.
it. So it seems to go out both ways. We'll see.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, either that or it gets just sent to myself. I'm trying to figure out how that would work. But anyway, it got out there. I got a lot more responses, so something changed. So, does anybody have anything different they want to relate that we should do in terms of meetings, locations? Any ideas? Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, actually, wait. Before I leave, actually, hey, Frank,
Yeah,
do you show movies or things when you meet up? Do you have like a projector where you can actually show
we will
movies
be.
or?
We will be. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, because I think
most definitely.
The Robin Library is suited for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, there's a Cambridge Library, which is about 10, 12, maybe 15 minutes away from that one.
yeah.
At the center of everything. It's a bigger one, and I don't know about their meeting spaces, but they certainly have some rooms also there.
Yeah, Robbins was nice this last on the 18th. It was a great place.
Yeah, you can actually show videos and projections.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right.
I
Cool.
don't. We may need a whiteboard, but I think we can. Whatever we need, we'll get.
Okay.
If
Yeah, I
we
hope you don't mind. Next time we meet, I'd like to bring up again this subject of actually working on this TI bill.
Yes.
It's very long, so I just wanted to maybe we can read it and just if anyone has any ideas, we can jot down to make it like a smaller narrative.
Sure.
Because it's very long. I mean, I can't imagine the city council will be like just holding their breath for 30 minutes or something too. I mean, it's not 30 minutes long, but it's like 2 pages. So I think to minimize it, maybe we can just make it shorter.
Yes. Anything that you send to congressmen or senators,
yeah,
etc. If it's anything over like a paragraph or so long or a page long, and it's out of the running, they'll just toss it. If they can read it and get the whole concept of it with, we'll say, a paragraph and a half, they'll definitely hold on to it.
Okay.
I don't know if any. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say one last thing before I go. I think during that meeting and actually on this call, I wanted to bring the idea of that when I was trying to work with Ramola D about 3 years back, there was a cat group, well, not cat like meow, but Committee Against Torture. It was through the UNRC, HCR, I think it's like a UN human, like trafficking, and they had so many different issues that they presented to the UN. And I know that some might say the UN is corrupt and stuff, but just for like library's sake, just for the sake of like saving things and having a record of things, there is a possibility of have our group, even just a Northeast branch of TIs, just write a report right? And at some point when I get back on the call, I want to show you like a draft report that we actually did, like maybe about 4 pages, and sent that out. And it's composed of the issues laid out in bullet points, and then two, the solutions and recommendation that we hope will come out of it. And this is something that can actually be posted, as a PDF, or posted as like a link to a website, or posted on even your website on the Targeted Massachusetts site. You know what I mean? So that way we send something out there, whether or not we get a resolution. But what they do is that every 2 years they meet like in Geneva or someplace either in the US or a different country. And all these human rights groups just go there. They fly out there, right? In like the 5s and the 10s, and they go and just represent their causes, right? I think 2 years ago it was like Black Lives Matter, and there's other issues also that were brought up. So people actually wrote their report, 3 to 4 pages, or some people are like 10 pages long. I have the report of this woman who was talking about medical liabilities and medical research, non-consensual medical research. She has like a 10-page. I have it somewhere here in my files. And so I looked at it, and she sent a report out. And the only way I heard about that is by going through that website and looking at all the reports that were sent out. And you'll be amazed, guys, what kind of cruelty and inhumane stuff are going out there. So you might be able to find that. I'm going to post a link in a few minutes. But I just wanted to leave you guys with that, that hopefully, if you allow me on behalf of this group, like to collect, 1 or 2 or 3 testimonies, or maybe when we meet up together with Frank, just to put that out there, to just do maybe a 4 pages, and then some recommendation that we want to see concerning TI and the TI community, and we extend that out to the UN. And they have nothing, but if they don't do anything, at least they'll just acknowledge that they received it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't do anything. They don't do anything. We already been there.
No, of course they don't do anything. But still, to this day,
it's all over. It's all over the world. Targeting. They know. Yeah. They don't care. It's depopulation.
Yeah. No.
That's what I'm saying. You got to look at stopthecrime.net. Deborah Tavares.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know Deborah Tavares. I think that I've used some of her report too. I think what I'm saying is that's not the point. The point is we're not trying to get them to do very much. If they can, fine. But if they don't, what's going to happen is that this report will be online for everybody to see that the people who actually gave the testimonies and the reports were, the testimonies were recorded, and it's going to be online for forever. That's one thing that they can't take down without permission. So we can send that out. It'll be reviewed.
We're on YouTube. They could take it down.
No, it's not YouTube. It's just a file, like a PDF file, a couple of pages of you giving your testimony, somebody else giving their testimony, and just posting it out there.
They've done that. They've got records of old.
There is nothing to this day on TI. If you actually Google reports that are gone to these organizations, to the UN Human Rights Office, to the CAP, the Convention Against Torture. They meet up, like I said, every 2 years. I think 1 or 2 years. They actually people file reports, and you're able to find them online. And the reason why I haven't found a TI report yet is because there's none up there. And I understand what you're saying. I think John Finch is one of the guys that have been doing reports to UN for decades now. And he's never getting any responses. I get that. I get those letters too. I get those emails. That's not what I'm talking about.
Ask Ashley about it.
I do.
I see pages of addresses and
I've seen Ashley's stuff.
Can I interrupt for a second? I just wanted to add something. A lot of people, the first thing they say is, "Okay, we've done that already," but guess what? There's a lot more new TIs. Our numbers are more. It might have more of an effect this time, Yeah. So that's.
Yeah.
I know, Frank, but
you don't want to straight up think that it's a different. It's the same old thing. It's not a same old thing. It's just a complete different idea. And you have to be kind of open-minded about this idea, because, like I said, there's nothing that says target individual out there that you can look up that's a report to the UN with a PDF file. There's some things that have been sent out by email and by mail that you might find that this is different. This is like, we'll have the logo of, say, Targeted Massachusetts on it. We'll have the name, right, the organization, the name, and we'll have something that says submitted to this Convention Against Torture, 2018 or 2019. This is what the report says. We don't have that yet out there. So I just think keep an open mind, please. And, you know, maybe next time I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll get a draft of what we sent out, or the draft of what this woman sent out there, and you can take a look at it and tell me what you think.
Yeah, Letty, you can send that out. Send that out to me anytime. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Actually, I have a file somewhere. I'll find it right now before I log off, okay? Let me just mute myself now.
If you think it will help, send it out. It's 3 stories. Send it out. Do what you got to do.
See,
but,
after
that's good, right?
Yeah, after Cuba, they really are looking at this stuff a lot closer because you can't have all these people with brain damage showing up, and they're very
Good.
affluent people, from the
I'm thrilled. I hope they
Yeah.
do more.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to see any more people get injured, but
I do. I have long stated that this will not come out. Nothing will be done about this until you get it gets everywhere, and it gets everywhere, and then they can't keep it under the rug anymore, and people
It's
are
getting
going
there,
to have
Barbara.
to. Yeah, people are going to have to suffer for it, and it's a war, and in war you have casualties, and everybody's expendable. I was told years ago when I first became a target, uh, everybody was expendable, and I didn't believe them. I was like, I'm not expendable. What the hell are you talking about? Everybody's expendable. I believe it now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have
Letty,
any problem
Letty, was
believing
you?
it.
If they want you to get sick and die, they can do it.
So here's
Here's
what I found about the network. I mean, but the
They want
PDF
to
I'm
give
actually.
they want to give you disease.
Easy.
I don't want to
That's
interrupt
why,
anybody.
when Susan, when I first became a target and they pulled all this crap on me and they used all these different devices on me and they did one thing after another, after another, after another. After experiencing quite a few of these things, I said to myself, these devices are too powerful for
Yeah.
any person to be able to use on another person. And this was back in 96, 97, 98. I was like, this is a totalitarian state. I was firmly convinced then, and I'm firmly convinced now.
What's frightening me is they have devices now that even make it more stronger. That's like freaking me out. I mean, I'll beat it because I'm a big fighter.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak about activism. I did calls. It happened Thursday. I had an argument with the guy. He paid no attention, private contractor. That's what he said. Look at my truck. I'm a private contractor. I said, take it down. He goes, no. I said, where's it from? Sprint. I said, you're full of shit. Take it down. He said, no. This is the balls these people have to drive up in an unmarked thing that goes up to the pole and do shit like this. So I started my phone calls Thursday after he left, Friday, and today. I let up Saturday and Sunday because you can't get through. Fight, fight, fight. Tell the authorities. Call up every place. I did. Sprint was mortified. Cablevision told me to call the FBI. Yeah. Another outfit I called told me it could be a bomb or something. So it called Homeland. So my bottom line is, keep fighting. That's the way you're going to get them. Fight.
That's right.
Writing letters is not going to get you nowhere. We did it already. I'm not telling Letty to stop, but do what you got to do.
Right.
But fight.
Letty.
Fight.
Yes, I think that you got to
that
keep
he
the hope alive. Whether or not you stay idle somewhere or you just go and knock on someone's door and say, you know what, I want to tell you my story, or you write letters to senators, or you got to just keep the
I've
phone
done that.
alive.
I went to their offices with the letter,
Yeah. And I
and
think
they
that
send
even
me.
if nothing happens, you know, it just gives
Nothing
you
happens.
some,
No.
you know what I mean? I mean, it's
I'm going
not,
to tell you something. They don't want to get involved because
yeah.
it's a deep hop program.
Hmm.
It's not because they like you. It's because to kill you, a slow
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
or you can, or you do it to yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
either they want your property, or they say, okay, we just want to kill you, get rid of you. It's all different ways. We're jealous of you. Who the hell do you think you are? You have no idea. It's a deep pop. It's a depopulation crap.
Mm.
So the only
Betty,
way.
did you
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
did
Go
you
ahead.
did you explain about the ID cards that they're giving out, targeted justice?
The ID card, that's a good thing because I actually haven't heard about it. Paula, why don't you go ahead and explain that because I haven't heard that one yet.
Well, I was on Ella's call Thursday night, and Midge Mathis and Constance was on there, and they're going to be giving everyone ID, like a membership card,
Mm-hmm.
as a targeted individual. If you get stopped by the police or anything, you can
Yeah.
show your membership card.
Oh,
So I
that's
don't know if any of y'all was on the call the other night, but I was on there, and
Do you have
Constance
to
said
pay
if you
anything for
want it
it?
right, I'm sorry.
You have to pay anything for it?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
They're gonna go by. Did you sign up with Targeted Justice?
Well, I did actually. One of my cases, two of my cases are listed on the list of cases, and I'm supposed to volunteer, but they sent me to do like a suicide investigation, which I just turned down. So I haven't really heard from them. So I wonder, you know, what's up. But no, I was not on the call. But that's a good idea. Maybe
Oh,
I'll get in touch with Yaya.
yeah. They're
Did
gonna
you
give
guys ever
ID.
hear of? Did you guys ever hear of Cheryl Webb?
Yeah.
No.
Can we let Paula finish her train of thought, and then we can jump to something else?
Well, she had
Yeah.
an organization in Canada, and she was handing out
Cards.
ID cards. This
Oh,
was
okay.
in '96.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I think that idea
Yeah.
is nice. I don't know if you heard about it, Susan or Barb. I think I am very
Well,
excited about that. So I might thank you
if
for
you
mentioning it,
if you
Paul.
Can I
sign,
just say something? Barbara has a Massachusetts accent.
Okay.
I'm Susan. I have a New York accent.
Okay.
So please, stop mixing me up
okay.
with Barbara.
Can I
I'm
ask
I
a
have an
sorry.
accent.
I'm sorry
I
about that.
have an accent. I don't have an
Y'all
accent.
Can I-
sound alike though. Y'all do sound alike. But
Yeah,
anyways,
They do sound.
if you signed up with Targeted Justice, you have an ID number. Like
Oh
you have
yeah.
a ID number if you signed up. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna be giving them out to people. I guess
Can
it's
I?
gonna take a while because there's so many people signed up. But
plastic.
Constance said if I wanted mine right away, for me to email her, and
Oh,
she'll do mine right away and send it
really?
to me. So I emailed her today,
I didn't
and
even.
she got back to me and asked me did I want my phone number and my email on it. And I told her no, just my name, and I'm a targeted individual, and she's gonna put that on it. But I
Do
didn't
you know
want
what
my
it
phone
says?
number on it.
What does
Huh?
it say?
What are you going to
It's
do
a
with
member
that?
ID.
Okay.
You carry it around like your ID.
And when you
Interesting.
get pulled over for, like, say, just changing lanes without the signal on, and you show it to the
But you
cop.
know how the police is harassing us. No, it's not. It's not only for that. It's for any.
No, you don't get
It's
away
to show.
with cards like that. You just.
I wouldn't show it to anybody. I would be
No.
afraid
I
of
would.
being
You wouldn't.
No.
I would.
not me.
What is he gonna say on the card? Do you know?
Your name. If you want your phone number and email up there, you can have it. She asked me did I want all that on there.
And
Is
it
that
has
gonna?
targeted justice on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it'll explain why is it that we targeted.
No, I think it'll just be like an ID card, like with your name on it, and it'll tell so that you're part of the targeted justice
Okay.
system or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that ain't gonna. That doesn't make. It's not going to make any waves with the cops. That's for sure.
this
I
is
think
what
is this Susan or is this Barbara? Because I don't want to call you.
This is Susan, New
Be right
York.
back.
This is okay, Susan. Maybe that's your opinion. Maybe a lot of other people would like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm
it
not
might not
saying
make a
nothing
difference to you.
I'm not saying nothing bad about that, but I wouldn't like it. No, because you know
Well, you
why?
don't have to have one.
It wouldn't. It has to matter.
Right,
I
but
gotta
it's
tell you
still
something. My friend from California, Alda, her name is. She carries a card from the police that she's a targeted individual. And when her
good.
car goes, which I've been thinking of going down there and doing. I don't know how the heck she got it. Oh, they kept on, what do you call that when they make your alarm go off? They kept making a car alarm go off. They kept doing things to her.
Right.
She kept complaining to the cops, and then she just went down there and they gave her that card. And that it means a lot. That's very good. It helps her out a lot. Like at a circumstance.
See, it helps her out.
Oh, yeah, but it's got the police on it. She shows it to him.
Right, and that's what these ones are for you to show it to them.
Well, that's targeted justice. That doesn't have the police department on it, that you're targeted and harassed.
No, but they harass you too. They harass me every day with their sirens. Every day.
Maybe it's a good thing. Get it and let us know. That's the way to do it. Get the card, let us know.
What's this boy's name? What's your name?
Boy, that was a lady.
The guy. That was a woman talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Who was that?
You. What's your name?
My name is Paula.
What is it?
My name is
This is
Paula.
Paula from Boston.
Oh, Paula. Okay. I didn't know your name. That's all.
We should all state our name when we start talking.
Yeah. We should also all be kind, polite, and respectful when we start talking.
Exactly.
Paula, did you ever hear of the term anchoring?
No.
Okay. I'm going to explain it to you real quick. Did you ever hear of the Pavlovian training? Do you know what that is? Where Pavlov trained the dog to eat food at the ring of a bell?
I never had a dog.
Okay. Well, what he did was he trained a dog to eat food, and every time the dog ate food, he rang a bell. And then after a period of time, he could get the dog to salivate. He could get the dog to salivate without the food, but ringing the bell.
Right there.
Now, anchoring is gang stalking. Anchoring is Pavlovian training. And what they do is they take an everyday object or everyday color or a license plate or sirens of a car or coughing or sneezing, and they turn this into something that the perps do. So what they're doing when they do that is they are relating this action to fear, because you all know the perps are after you, blah, blah, blah. And that's called anchoring. So what they are doing is, I'll use the color green. They relate this, say all your perps wear the color green. So you're tuned into this color green. So what they can do is they can take this color green and show it to you, and it creates fear in you. And your blood pressure goes up. And they can do this to you 1,000 times a day, and that's called death by 1,000 cuts. Now, if you turn around and you tell somebody about this green color and how it fills you with fear because it comes from the perps, they're going to use the excuse of plausible deniability. In other words, you sound like a crazy person when you say it. For instance, they go by my window here at least a dozen times a day, and they'll wait till they get right below my window, and they'll put on their sirens. So that's got me tuned into that. And the color they use with me is red, white, and black. And they use license plates. And so my whole day could be just one fear after another. And what they're doing this for is to create PTSD in you so that you really become crazy, and that they can say, take this anchoring thing and flash it in front of you and then watch you go crazy like people do when they have PTSD. So that's what gang stalking is doing.
Yeah,
Is that clear?
That's the kind of thing we just rebuke very, very vehemently. But I want to actually, I wonder what the connection was there. But anyway, I want to say good night, guys. And Paul, it was so good to hear from you. And Frank, it was so good to hear from you. Rex, I saw you typing over there. Ashley, and everybody else in the call, you're awesome. Keep fighting a good fight of faith. Bless you all. And
what did you say? What did rebuke mean? What did you say?
Rebuke means that when
Barbara, she's leaving. Goodbye, Letty. Good
night.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what you meant by that.
She was explaining it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Letty.
Yeah. So basically, what I was going to say, sometimes when information that you receive is not when information. Rebuke means when information you receive is no good, it's not doing good to your psyche or to your spirit or your soul. You rebuke it, you reject it.
It means you don't.
So you're saying rebuke the anchoring.
Because the information is not serving to actually give hope or give positive energy in that lingo. It is only serving actually to create fear. You're describing something about fear that's actually meant to create.
Yes, but this is subliminal.
It's a
this goes to your subconscious, your flight or fight mode, like it goes to your primal brain.
Well, and I actually
but
subconscious.
You have to.
So I give you an example of
what she's trying to explain, what Letty's trying to explain is we don't accept it. We're spiritual, so we rebuke it.
That's the way you fight for it. You fight this thing because they're just we call this very negative energy, negative forces, and negative programming, and we rebuke it because that's the only way.
We don't accept. Rebuking means we don't accept it. We don't claim that.
I
don't accept it.
And it doesn't stay in your subconscious because you rebuke it. It's a supernatural thing. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that and say thank you so much. Everything that's going to be brought up to me or anybody on this call, just rebuke it. If it's not going to help you to advance, if it's not going to help you to be hopeful, if it's going to help you to just be clear-minded and be at peace, just rebuke it. That's my advice, because we're here for positive things, not to instill fear in each other or to cause subliminal messages in the mind. We're here to actually cause people to rise up and just be peaceful at it, and also just have a lot of love at the same time as they go on and do the best they can to resist these devilish tactics. These things are very demonic by nature. So when we come on this call, we just be positive so that we don't invite more demons into our spaces.
Exactly.
Because
we don't accept, me and Letty, we spiritual, we don't accept PTSD. We don't claim that in our life.
You claim it,
I claim healing and deliverance.
Amen.
Well, good for you. The brain does not have a firewall.
You guys
the brain, it doesn't have firewall, but if you anoint your brain and pray over your own brain, God hears that.
The firewall
we don't hear.
The firewall that the brain has that I know about is called the blood of Jesus. It's a very powerful firewall.
I think it's all bullshit.
Amen. That's the firewall that I know has worked for me.
Rooted in hypnotism. You build a wall.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
If you build a wall in your mind, a firewall, build it out of whatever you choose, it will help.
Yeah.
It will be there. It is there. as much as their hypnotic suggestions are there trying to get at you.
That's true. This is a lot of hypnotic suggestions.
But we will
I
be
know
having.
what you said before, Frank. You said on your last call, I believe a couple of calls, you said if you think positive, you'll have positive. If you think negative, you'll have negative.
That's
Remember
correct.
saying that, Frank?
That's what I live by.
And so that's why I like to be positive.
Yep.
I think positive. I go by my day positive, even though they come around with the same colors every day or the same backpacks every day. I don't care about that. I got to go on and do what I have to do during my day.
What colors do they use?
Well, I wore a red coat all winter because that's my color of my winter coat, and they started wearing red coats all winter. Yeah. They were sending people with red coats by me all winter. So, I mean, hey, that was them. It's spring now. I made it through.
Isn't that silly? Is that silly or what? I would laugh.
It is silly.
That's very silly. They're putting colors on. They got nothing else to do. That's ridiculous.
Right. That's what not the point. Point behind it is to anchor you to the color. Every time you see them,
but it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
You
see what I'm saying?
Well, you don't know it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I don't have PTSD. I don't claim it. I just told you that. We don't accept that. I don't accept negative in my life.
I believe her,
Barbara.
Ask you a question? I believe her. You have to try and beat it. She beat it.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I ask
believe
you a question? When you went out in your red coat and you saw other people in red coats, did you pay attention to them? Did you notice them? You did.
I seen them because they came in my face.
Right. That's right.
In my face.
Still paid
That's
attention
why.
to them. You still paid attention.
I paid attention to anybody who came in my face. You could have had on a yellow coat and you still came in my face. I seen you because I have eyes.
Yeah. They come in your face.
See what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying to you. That's called Pavlovian training, and that's what gang stalking is about. This is training.
You know,
it's training time.
If you came in my face right now with a red coat, I'm gonna see you because I have eyes. I see you.
But that goes to your subconscious. You don't get it. It goes to your subconscious. It's training your subconscious.
It did not go to mine. It did not go to mine because I didn't accept it.
You saw it. That's how
I see a lot of things. I see a lot of things.
Argue with her. Leave her the hell alone. She's seen it because they come in the face, and she pays no attention to it. What they're supposed to do is let you know that they're there. She don't care. She doesn't care. Yeah, if I see them, which I don't care. I'm too busy saying, "Oh, look at that pretty blouse. Oh, what do I got to get stocky?" Anything. And if they're there, I don't give a shit. I totally ignore. And that's what you got to live your life, totally ignoring. Except for certain things.
And they don't like that when you ignore them. But you ignore them. I mean, what you going to do?
Oh, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I agree. I'm just telling you how it works. That's all.
Can I interject something?
Go ahead, Frank.
Okay, I don't mean to change the subject, but I'd like to get back to these cards that Targeted Justice is offering because I am designing one. It will have the Stars International insignia on it, and it will be raised gold, and it will be the member's name will be on it.
The member's name?
The member's name. The member's name and a number.
Okay, yeah, they're well, she asked me, did I know my number on Targeted Justice, and I told her I didn't, but she wanted me to look it up. But she said she would look it up, and she'll find it, and then she'll make my card and send it. So,
are they accomplishing anything on that Targeted Justice?
No.
So, excuse me for laughing.
I guess she can answer that.
She wants to start a class action suit. doesn't she? Doesn't she have an attorney?
I'm starting a street action suit. Okay, so there's a big difference.
Well, when you going to come up to my house?
No. In all seriousness, we're taking the fight to the perps, and that's the way it's going to be. I'm looking for able-bodied guys and gals that want to kick some butt if they have to, but we're going to go in there as a demonstration.
That's the way to do it, Frank.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Say,
you
hey.
Get 6 people and one freaking perp, and you beat the living shit out of them.
Yeah, well, I didn't see
Oh,
anything.
boy, I'd love to get just another person like me. I'd kill him, I swear to God. That's the way to teach him a lesson.
We got to have members, though. I'm looking for members. And I guess that'll happen. Now, don't think this is a militant group, because it's not. It's all we're going to do is demonstrate. And that's what I can, that's what I can say over the air. No, seriously, we'll demonstrate. And right to the perps, though. You got to get a good, solid ID. And once you have a good, solid ID, for a while, and you know who they are, and there's no question in your mind, we'll demonstrate there.
Oh, Frank, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Whatever happened to that woman from Australia?
She just got off the call.
Oh, must have missed her. Her.
Yeah, she pops in and out from time to time.
Yeah, did you listen to her story on Ella's Call?
No, I didn't. What did the same?
Well, her name is Kelly Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know about that. She's a guy, and she went to be a girl.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that's her. The
Beth?
Australian woman. Beth. Yeah,
It was
her
a
name
guy who wanted to be a girl.
Yeah, it is a girl. She's
It's
famous.
a girl?
It's a girl. What got me, because I listened to her story, she's like a model or something, this girl. She's a model now, about 6'1", 6'2", or whatever the hell, tall.
Didn't you just say she was a girl who wanted to be a guy, or did
No,
you say
she
the
was
other
a
way
guy,
around?
and she started her transition, I think she said 16. I listened to her whole story. And I remember when she was on your show, Frank, she said that she was all alone with horses she's raising or whatever the freak she's doing, and all that shit. And there's woods. Well, she changed her story that it's her neighbors, and I didn't hear that she lived in a woods.
And she signed in as Beth.
Well, her name is Kelly Starr. Look it up.
Actually, I know what her real name is. So
she goes by Kelly Starr in the magazines.
Well, she's over 60, so I don't think she's in the magazines anymore.
60?
Yeah.
Do I have the right one? Did anybody else listen to Ella with Kelly Starr?
No.
I think it was, because it was the same voice. I recognize it, and she was from Australia. Ask her the next time she comes on, Frank. I think it's the same one. I think it's the same. Ask her. Say, gee, are you a model in the magazine, Kelly Starr? And see what she says.
Okay.
I think the one that you're talking about that was on Ella's show is a different one than Beth.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, because there's more than one from Australia.
And the plot thickens.
I think it's a different one.
Oh my goodness.
Because I heard Beth on Frank's call quite a few times, and she was definitely different than the one on Ella's call.
See, I go by the voices, and that Aussie voice, that's what those the same one.
I think she's different.
I hope so.
Kelly what? What's her name? Kelly something?
Starr.
Kelly Starr.
From Australia.
Okay.
You can find her on the internet, you know.
Okay.
She's that one is famous. She's famous. She's beautiful, beautiful woman now. Oh, so that one's 60 years old that comes on your show from Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, it ain't the same one then.
Port Macquarie. Yeah. She's a very nice woman. Very nice.
Well, at least I know it's a different one.
Yeah. It's always helpful to know which one you're talking to.
Oh, God.
So how's your modeling career going? Oh, well.
Modeling, it was transgender.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You know what's ringing the bell with me? Because that woman, the 60-year-old, said she was all alone. And she had woods.
Yeah, she is. She's on, I forget how many acres, 130 acres, I want to say.
Oh, my God. I tell you, I don't know how she does it.
I don't either.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She used to have everything to protect herself.
Oh, God. She probably knows how to throw knives and shoot and everything else.
I would if I lived on 60 acres.
No, I talked to her for a while, so she's a peach. She's very nice. Very, very nice.
Oh, so she comes on earlier, that woman.
Yeah, well, the time, let me see. I can tell you exactly what time it is there. You'll flip when I tell you. The time is, let me see. In Melbourne, Australia, it's 1:35 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh. Wow. That's really big time zone.
Tomorrow plus 14 hours. That's crazy. She lives on the other side of the international date line. So if you spread all the continents out flat, like you see a map of the world, she's on the other side of the international date line that's on the right. So if you look to the left on the other side of that one, that's where she is. Figure that out.
Yeah, that's well, I never wanted to go to Australia anyway.
That's kind of close to China, isn't it?
Oh, I don't even know.
I think it's pretty close to the.
You know, Frank, I have Susan Olson. Remember you wanted to get her on your show?
Yeah.
Well, I have her email. If you want me to send it to you, if you ever wanted to ask her on your show.
Yeah, I'd like that. Sure.
Yeah, she had a lot of information.
Yeah. I think she was gonna be on, and then she didn't. And Barbara left. She didn't even say goodbye. Oh well.
Yeah, she never does, Barbara.
She
has to go to bed. She goes to bed early.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 11:36 now. So.
Yeah, I'm a 3 o'clocker.
Yep.
Anything they do to me in the day to hurt me, man, they get it.
Give it back to them at night.
Yeah, I give it right back to them all night. So, do you want me to email you her email?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great. Is that Snowflake or whatever you said? No, that's somebody else.
No. Snowflake.
Snow Princess. Snow Princess.
I'm Snow Princess. That's my dogs, my dead dogs.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I'm not getting no more dogs. They broke my heart. That's it. I had enough of this dying.
No, it's not good. It's not good for living.
No, they had a nice life though.
Yeah, that's good.
They did. I loved them. They played together. I always, when I'm down, I always think of them. 16 and a half, Snowball was, and Princess was 18 years old. So.
Well, that's long. That's a long age. Long life for a dog. 18 years.
Well, I wish it was more happier because the last eight years, I think it was suffering a little bit with the shit that was going on, and then my shit that I do back. You know, it's not a good atmosphere for animals.
No, they miss you and they get the cat. In this case, the dog.
Yeah. A lot of times, the perps would just do. I could see they did my dog. My dog would just wake up screaming, hit the walls. You could see this. So I wouldn't get another. I can't. I had enough of that shit.
Yeah.
Animals and with these bastards.
Frank.
No way.
Yes.
Who does Saturday calls?
Saturday calls. Just Derek. I've got
Derek?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I have.
Okay.
Wednesday.
I didn't know.
Oh, you're not on Saturdays?
I'm
I
not
thought you were
on
on Saturday night.
Nah, that'd bum Derek right out. I already got his Monday call, which is growing all the time. But that's not my intention. I mean, it's just that, this is a different kind of call. It's more open. It's not as regimented. It's more laid back.
It's not muted.
Yeah, it's not muted either.
It's not muted. A lot of people mute their calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's terrible.
Yeah, and
we got Massachusetts. Massachusetts is the best call.
Yeah, well, I can't stand getting on a call. That's why I don't go on some of them, and I get muted, and I'll put my question in, and like on Talk Shoe when it comes up there, and it just doesn't work for me. I have something to say, and I want to say it, try and respond to what someone else is saying, and you can't do it.
And Ryan calls. I like his call. He doesn't have his muted.
Yeah, he calls that the lounge. I've never been in there, but
it's nice. If you want to stay up all night.
Yeah. What is it? 125472. I got to post that on my site so that everybody can find him.
The more calls, the more hosts, moderators, whatever you call them, is better for the targeted community.
Yeah.
But the government, let's face it, I ain't afraid to say it, the government has got their hands in everything. They look all over the internet. They look all over the YouTube, talk shoes, and all this shit.
Oh yeah.
And we keep popping up.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good. Yeah, that's very good. Very good activism shit. Keep popping up in their face.
Well, we're going to add more hours and more hours and more hours to these calls. So you might be looking at your 2 o'clock more often than you think. No, we have to stay on longer because the California crew, if you look at the time out there right now, it's like what, 8:41, something like that? Yeah, 8:41. So the 9 o'clock crew starts moving in right around midnight. So everything just gets rolling,
That's right. The more calls, the better.
The only thing that's missing is the keg, I'm not a drinker, but,
I didn't order that other. I gave you the last time it was on here the eBay for that cannabis oil.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's very good for targeting, I guess.
I think.
Yeah, it changes your anything that changes your chemical.
Your frequency in your brain.
Yeah, anything that changes your frequency in your brain. We'll leave it at that. it's body chemistry that changes too. Anything that slows you down or speeds you up is preferably slows you down is better, because they seem to, how they kill, if when they kill, is they make you think you're getting a heart attack by attacking your esophagus. Then that, and people that don't know think they're having a heart attack and they panic. Then they have a real heart attack. And that's how they do it. They're not hooked up to your heart in any way, and they can't get at it. But they can hook up to your esophagus, and it's directly behind your heart. So that's where they do the damage. And they make you think you're having a heart attack, and you go into a panic, and then you have a real one. I know. I went to the hospital 3 times with that, and they came back, Mr. Allen, you don't have anything in your blood that suggests that you had a heart attack. So I had to listen to them. They said what you had was an esophageal attack. So it's not something, yeah, it's not something that's rare either. I guess a lot of people do. A lot of people go to the hospital thinking that, they are having a heart attack. Unfortunately, it does take some people out for the same reason. And in this case, it's the perps that are doing it. What they can do, I think, the jury's still out on this, but I think they can increase your heart rate. I'm almost positive of that. But still.
They make your heart skip a beat.
Yeah.
They pull that shit. Yeah, and then when you're sleeping, they mostly do it, and they give heart attacks.
Yeah, if they change your rhythm, you are in the risk of tachycardia, which is 2 rhythms of your heart that actually come together, and then you have a major problem. But that's what they call it, tachycardia.
Well, every target should wear something to shield their heart and the back, because they'll go in through the back if you just shield the front. So I think everybody that's targeted should cover their heart and their back. Make it difficult for them, Go to bed with something shielding.
They keep it up the way they're going. We'll have to start wearing Kevlar.
Yeah, I know.
No, it is. It's gotten down to the point where this is war, and it has all the benchmarks of war. It's terrible. It's hideous. And it's getting worse all the time as fear in the perps rises. I'm still waiting for them to start coming forward. And I thought that Brian Coffrin was going to be the leader in a long line of perps coming forward, but that didn't happen. It was a very short line of a fraud. So,
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. What you
They're
had?
making money. They're making money. They're not
Yeah.
gonna. They're not gonna.
Oh, he got thousands, I guess, out of packs, or at least a couple thousand anyway. And
The perps ain't gonna say, they squeal. They're not, because they're threatened if they squeal. They go to meetings. They go to meetings, and if they don't want to be in it, I guess they don't go to the meeting. They just forget about the whole thing, and that's it. But if you join them and then you squeal, oh, forget about it. They'll kill them.
Yeah, I don't doubt that a bit.
Yeah, so I don't think they're ever going to come forward. Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Well, I think they're going to be given some choices by some other people, law enforcement probably, come forward now, or when you come forward later, it won't be very nice, something like that.
Well, you always got the honest people. You always got your stool pigeons, or you call them whistleblowers, whatever. So there'll always be some knowledge. The cops are in it. Some of the cops are in it. Not all of them. Some of them are in this shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fortunately, I haven't run into any of them yet. I've just run into a lot of hardworking cops out here, and they're so busy they don't have time. They wouldn't have the time to do all this stuff, They would, I think, use this stuff against a criminal, though, if they have it. And I would expect they would use everything they have to find a criminal, especially a serial killer or something. I hope they use,
No, I don't think so.
Well, I'm not a criminal. Why they keep harassing me?
I know.
Because the perps went down to the cops and schooled the cops in that you and us and me are blah, blah, blah. God knows what they said. Because don't forget, I had a lawyer. And blah, 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 blah. And the cops looked the other way. Oh, really? She did that? Oh, fuck, frigga. Oh, that we ain't going to listen to her when she called. Yeah, that's how that shit starts. I don't know what the hell they say, but whatever, they know what to say because they're in an organization.
They say I'm mentally ill?
No, they say I don't think so. You did something.
They can't say I'm criminal. I just got a job. We're working with kids at a school, and they had to check my record and do fingerprints, so they can't say she's a criminal.
I don't know what they say. I know what they said around here, that I rob cars. I was laughing my ass off. I'm not a spring chicken, so I was laughing my ass off. I said, I rob cars. I would be arrested for it. They say anything to get your neighbors against you, to get the cops against you, anything. And that's what the cops. The cops hear that, they go, "Oh, okay, do what you want." They give them carte blanche. I don't trust the cops. I just don't trust them.
Me either. Not no more.
Frank?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Ann.
Hi, Ann. How you doing?
Well, for the record,
yeah,
my scalp is on fire. It's red, and I can't even touch it.
I had that.
I want that on the record because this is something not brand new, but I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. It's on my scalp's on fire. I could stick my head in the freezer.
Does it spread?
It's the top of my head, the top, and my part where my hair is parted. The part is getting wider and wider and wider from the hair loss. So now I'm able to see. In the past, my scalp hurt, and I'm like, oh, maybe I have my hair in a ponytail, But now I can see how red my scalp is. It's on fire.
Does it itch?
No, I can't even touch it. God forbid if it itches.
It sounds like shingles, for crying out loud.
Yep.
You know what?
Yep.
Oh my God! You know what? That's really what it sounds like. You're right.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like shingles.
No, they're hitting me. It's not. It sounds like shingles, but they're hitting me in the head. That's what they do. It's my brain. That's my program. It's the brain program. That is the program I'm in.
Did you try washing your hair?
Yes.
Washing helped. Washing helped me.
I'm washing. I tried washing. I tried not washing. I slept. When it's worse? When I put the damn foil dishes, the pans. If I sleep with the foil pans, it's like they're going to be more intense during the day when I can't go out with anything on my head.
They can heat the foil up. Aluminum foil? I thought I was going to jump out through the window. And this was many years ago. I put aluminum foil on my head. They heated it up. I never did that again.
It actually was hot to the touch?
Yeah. I couldn't rip it off fast enough. They can heat it up, so don't put aluminum foil on your head.
No, I just do it at night. I mean, I do it at night, and it's not like it's tight. It's loose, and there's, it's not up against my skin. But it seems, I don't know if I'm right. I don't know. But it seems as if when it's burning, it's not during the night. It's during the day when I'm not wearing anything. It's almost like maybe, and this is pure speculation, maybe they're losing the contact, okay, during the night when I'm wearing it. So it's more intense during the day. Not sure.
Well, they work on me at night. I don't wear aluminum foil. There's other shielding. And my head was full of scabs from them opening up my scalp. I had to put medicine on it. At one time, I had to go to the doctor. Just like Frank said, this just what the doctor said. Because I got long hair. Doctor goes, "Oh, you got psoriasis. You have to go to a skin doctor." I go, "What?" My whole scalp was all red and inflamed.
Did you lose loads of hair?
No, I didn't lose hair. I have a lot of hair. I have thick hair. Nope. What I did was put cortisone on it. Cortisone prescription from the doctor that I always have. And
Susan,
I stuck it all on my head.
My hair was so thick, okay? There wasn't a woman's hat that I could wear. And I love hats. I love them. And because I had to go to a large size just because of my hair, okay? There were so many hairstyles that I couldn't wear because my hair was that thick. I was known for my hair being so thick, all right? And then now when I wash my hair, I feel like I'm shampooing a baby's head. That's what it feels like to me. If you looked at me, it still looks like I have a lot of hair, but I don't. I saved it. I mean, I sent it to Frank. I sent it to Frank, how much hair it left. And I take pictures of it, and I document it, and I save it. I mean, maybe I'll make a wig out of it. Who knows? Maybe I'll make 3 wigs out of it. But with me, the targeting is all my brain. It's all brain with me. That's what it is. It's my words, it's my brain, it's my thoughts. That's my targeting.
Can you try a massager on your head?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, that works. That's pretty good. It bumps them out.
It never burned. My scalp has never burnt like this before. I mean, it's on fire. When I first saw, I don't know if I could take a picture and it will come out as red as it is. I don't know. I'm going to try doing it.
Yeah, just take a picture and send it out to me so I can put it together with the hair.
You still have my hair pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have more. Now it's like every shampoo I take a picture. There was so many years that I didn't do it, because I had so much. It wasn't like I felt I saw it in the drain, but I never felt the loss, But now it's like, and not even that much is falling out anymore because there's not that much to fall out anymore. It's like, like having a gallon of water, spilling out half of it, or having a glass of water and spilling out half of it.
They're microwaving.
They are. I know they
are. Microwaving. I
know they
feel
are.
it. When it happens to me in the middle of the night, I jump up. As soon as I feel it, bang, jump up and move away.
That's what happened to me. 3 o'clock this morning. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I ain't been to sleep since.
Why? What
They
did they
messed
do
up
to
my
you?
back. They messed up my back so bad. I can hear them banging and banging against the wall, and I woke up and my back was killing me. So whatever they shoot through the walls to my back, they go. When I turn on my side, they go on the other side of the wall. If I turn on the other side, they go on the other side of the wall. So I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I ain't been to sleep.
You're in an apartment then. You're in an apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, they're getting you from all angles.
Yes.
I'm going to grab some coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
All right.
Have fun.
You got to shield. You have to shield.
With what?
Yeah, well, if the tinfoil doesn't work, what?
Tinfoil, no. Stay away from tinfoil. It heats. They could heat it
Not
up.
tin, aluminum.
The regular foil that you use for cooking.
Yeah.
That stuff. Stay away from it. It's no good.
Okay.
Is we got Velostat. You can go on the internet and buy it for. I bought it for $1 many years ago, like maybe 15 years ago. Now it's $1.99 a yard, which is 36 inches is a yard. So you have to double. It's Velostat. VELOSTAT. Velostat.
Okay.
And you have to double it up. You could put it across your chest, put it on your back, and then cover your neck. So you have to get enough yards of that. So maybe about 10 yards will do it, and then cover your head with it. Double it up. But now don't think that it's just going to be the Velostat on your head. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's the Velostat. It's the gel packs. Shielded, which is expensive. It's a piece of material from less EMF, in Albany. It's expensive. So I don't know what to tell you. I used to have to put all that stuff on my head.
Neil said that he gets it cheaper.
No. Listen, Velostat and Linquistat is the same thing. Linquistat is $50. He sells it in a roll for $50 or some crap. But I can't afford, to start doing that. I bought the Velostat many years ago before Neil ever came on the FFCHS. Before he even came on, we had all the shielding. So I'm not, you don't have to go for Linquistat because that's very expensive. And if you look it up, it's the same thing as Velostat. Look it up. In case you don't believe me, look it up. That's what
I have no reason not to believe you.
Yeah, I'm a big shielder. I'm a real big shielder because that's why I'm speaking today.
The thing is, it's not like I could go out. I have to go to work. What do I put on my head when I go to work? What I have is the magnets on my.
What kind of magnets are you talking about? Because I started the magnets about 15 years ago, and they're the round ones. You don't have those big, thick ones, do you?
No, the neodymium.
Yeah, and they're round.
I have the big, thick ones.
Okay, they do nothing.
Yes, they
do nothing.
No,
yes,
the neodymiums, you could get the tiny ones, and they're really powerful.
Yeah, I got the ones that N40s.
I have the neodymium thick ones.
How much was yours?
I got the rare earth. You got to get the rare earth.
Yeah, I know. I started these magnets years ago. Mines are big as a nickel, a little bigger than a nickel.
Right. Yeah, that's mine.
Oh no, mine is way bigger than that.
Okay, let me tell you, the bigger the magnets are, the less powerful they are for this kind of shit.
Not these. No, not these. These are too strong. They're
I know a lot
strong.
of people.
They done got stuck together that I couldn't get them apart.
Yeah, I know. They're dangerous also, even the ones that we have. And I suggest the N40s, That's what I have them all over. They're as big as a pole, you know, like they're all stuck together. And they're about, 12 inches. And when you're really getting shocked, you put your both hands on them. Both hands, not one. You hold them tight. And when they're shocking you, it goes into the magnets. And
I got it
out.
on my feet now. You got to wear it on the bottom of your feet.
Well, I have them all over, and I use them all the time when I need them.
Yeah.
I haven't needed them. Don't forget, I'm 15 years. 15 years they've been targeting me. Okay, so I only use them when they start getting crazy. And if they give you a severe stomach ache, severe, where you're actually screaming from pain.
Right.
You take where it doesn't attach. You put one on one side of your stomach, one on the other side. You hold them.
Yeah.
And bang. Yeah. See, then you know I'm saying it. As they're doing it, it can't work. It cannot work. Remember, it's the one that repels. One on one side of your stomach by your private, and the other on the top of the stomach.
Yeah.
And bango, they can kiss my ass. It don't work. This shit. All sorts of stuff those magnets are good for.
Yeah.
Except.
Yeah.
But V2K, it's not.
Well, yes, it does. It helps if you put it up to your ear.
Didn't help me.
Yeah, don't help me.
It does me.
Hell, I had a 400-pounder behind my head.
You did?
Oh yeah, I had it for months.
How long did you keep it there?
For months.
Every day without taking it off?
Oh no, I couldn't stay in bed all day, but I slept with it there all night long. And I sat on the thing. I put it between my legs. I put it under my back. I mean, I did everything with it.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
I have 150 pounds under my pillow. Does nothing.
Yeah.
And then I tried getting the small ones, not the neodymium, because I couldn't do it. I mean, they're too strong. I got the smaller rectangles and repelling them towards each other. And I taped them. It's really hard to do, but, patience. And I just got some duct tape, and I just taped the whole bar, like a brick of it, and it doesn't, I don't think it does anything. I don't know. I don't think so, though. And, I keep that around me as well. But
I think the magnets are good for pain. When they start giving you the knee pain, the what do you call it, sciatic nerve, I beat them with that. I beat them with the knee pain, the stomach ache. It's good for that kind of crap, the zapping of the body, the organs. As for the head, no, it's all shielding. And the V2K.
No, yeah, I agree. Magnets are very good at removing pain from direct energy weapons.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only thing.
I agree. Yeah. The head, but you got to shield up the head. Oh, that woman that's talking about the burning. Why don't you try to get cortisone cream? 0.1%.
Stronger. No, I need stronger. It's called triamcinolone. It's stronger than hydrocortisone.
Yeah, that's
for this
what
stuff.
I have. That's the generic of Kenalog cream. What you just said that I can't pronounce. That's what I get. That's a generic.
Yeah, triamcinolone. It's amazing. It'll remove a rash from your body as quick as you put it on your body.
Yep. That's what that girl's got to put on her head.
Oh, well.
To get it from a doctor, you have to have a prescription.
Everything's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid. Taking supplements is a Band-Aid. Staying healthy is a Band-Aid. Yeah, honey, what?
Wash your hair with baking soda and apple cider vinegar.
Baking soda, I just submerged in, not just the other day, and Epsom salts. And Epsom salts.
Yeah, wash your hair.
The funny thing is, I've always bathed in Epsom salts. You know?
No, look, I'm gonna tell you, wash your hair with the baking soda, then rinse it with the apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can, rinse. Let the apple cider vinegar rinse over it, and then you can rinse it with water, and then style as usual. But you got to continue to do it. It'll heal up. Your scalp will heal up. I don't know how often you wash.
Yeah.
Until
the next time they burn me. But that's my point. It'll work until the next time they do this.
Yeah,
and we'll start all over again.
Your scalp is being burnt. You got to heal it. Yeah, you can't put vinegar on that because you're going to hit the roof. It's open.
I have to tell you, when it doesn't, when I'm not being burnt, okay.
Well, baking soda
It goes away fast. It doesn't. It's like it doesn't linger. It goes. The redness goes away.
Yeah, but baking soda will kill heartburn and get rid of throat, mouth sores, and kill heartburn.
I know
and
that.
clean your teeth. It cleans your teeth too. Your teeth too.
And it cleans frying pans too. Guys, it's a miracle. It does everything. Marcus, what happened to your girlfriend?
She's like sprawled out on the floor.
What happened to her?
She's just my new girlfriend. She's all sprawled out on the floor.
Oh, she's still there?
Yeah.
Really?
That's good.
Did your mother come home?
My mom went all grouchy into her bedroom and slammed the door.
Well, what would you do if you found someone sleeping in your bed?
Crazy. He is crazy. He is too funny.
Oh, he's having a good time.
Well, he picked up a woman at the lake last night. He picked up a stranger.
It happens.
Brought
it
her
happens.
home. He brought her home and put her in his mother's bed.
Wow, that's different. Oh boy. That was very well, actually that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was Mommy home?
I was so worried about my mom. She went on a 2-hour walk around the lake. And I was so worried about her, I was going to go out there and look for her. And then right as I was going to go do it, speaking of the devil, the door opens and it's my mom.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of that lately. People's throats being attacked. That seems to be the new thing.
Well, they try to read the vocal cords, They hit you right side of your forehead, and they've been trying to do that to me, but I shield up my throat.
My throat right now, they trying.
Shield it up. You got to shield it up. You got the magnets. If you have the round ones, you can make put it on something like a collar or something.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very easy to be very nice, and it's very easy to be very rude.
I don't understand this program. I just don't understand it.
She's philosophical.
I forgot her name, the one with the scalp. You know,
Ann.
you could get a P-cap, a little P-cap, and put those the little magnets, all, you know, sew them in.
Okay, this is
But
what I tried.
that's evidence, though. That's total evidence. If nothing else will get rid of the pain besides a heavy magnet, that's pure evidence of being shot with direct energy weapon.
Yeah, but it's not, Marcus. It's not getting rid of the pain. I've been wearing magnets all day. What I do, Susan, I try doing like a baseball cap, putting it around the rim, but they just keep sticking to each other. I mean, it's so hard to manipulate. You know, you take it off and that's it. You'll never open it again.
Okay,
so
listen,
what I did was I got a you know those headbands? Okay, so I bought a bunch of the headbands, not the fabric ones.
Are you jogging? Are you a
ones.
jogger now? You go jogging a lot?
No. Let her finish, okay, Marcus?
So I don't really put the phone up to my head, my ears. So I have headphones on, right? So now the headphones, right, what holds them on your head, that's where I got a glue gun, and I glued the magnets to that. And it's like wearing a headband with magnets on it. So I have that on all day, all right? So it's not helping. It's not helping at all.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help more.
Sew them up in the, I used to make pouches, because I used to get the rape like crazy. So I made pouches of the N40s. That's a little bigger than a nickel. And I made little pouches. I glued them with no stitch glue, and then I stitched them up because they were going on my body. I don't want it to open up. And then I just I made pouches from cotton. You know, cotton cloth, an undershirt, a pajama top, you rip up, whatever. But it's got to be cotton. It's got to be cotton. Make pouches, and I stuck them all over my stomach, my backside, my thighs, and then I put a girdle on so they stayed in place. And it actually, you know, it stopped the rape shit.
But Susan, what about just using like tape, like surgical tape?
No.
That's a good question. What about it?
How could you?
You know something we don't?
How could you use surgical tape? Because they're gonna move all over. They're gonna go to each other. But in a cotton pouch, they won't do that if you separate them.
Mm-hmm.
They're dangerous. Neodymium magnets are dangerous.
No, they're not. They're safe.
Yeah. Okay. Please. You know what happens and if they go to each other, they'll hurt your skin. They'll pinch your skin together.
Oh yeah. I know.
Well, don't put two magnets together. I mean,
Marcus,
yeah.
Shut up.
Okay.
The safest way is make a pouch.
Love to hear your voice. Thank you.
Oh man, have another drink.
I am. I'm working on it right now.
Okay, well, stay off the call and drink and listen. Maybe you'll learn something.
Marcus, listen to me.
Okay.
Marcus, listen to me.
You're a stupor. You're in a drunken stupor.
Yeah.
Have another
Marcus,
drink.
Judge not, let you be judged yourself.
Marcus, do you know the kind of anxiety that we go through all day from the B2K and the distractions and everything? Do you realize that that's what you do to us? Marcus, listen to me. You do that to us when you act like this. You really should listen to your parents. You should listen to yourself, okay?
Yeah, but you know that he's not a perp.
Marcus, if you hurt us, do you want to hurt us?
I'm a smart guy.
Okay, let it hurt you.
You're drunk and you don't even hear it.
Let me tell you something. These people come on the calls for 15
Oh, stop it, you guys.
Yeah, he's
waste everybody's time knocking somebody down. Give me a break.
Nobody's I'm trying to explain. Oh my God.
Come on. Stop.
Why don't you get his phone number? You could talk to him. Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, just
That guy's
much
a
right
perp.
on the call that we do.
He comes on all the
Why don't you hang up?
He acts like he's drunk and a lunatic because he's getting paid.
Stop it. Stop.
Well, I don't believe that he's getting paid. I think he's just drunk.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't think we met.
He is.
That could be true. That could be
Because he's
true.
being attacked, and that's the way he deals with it. Some people
no,
smoke
don't
pot,
feel
he
sorry.
drinks.
Don't fit. Nah, you're gonna fall for that one. Let me tell you.
Oh, stop! You hear him on all the
There's
calls?
so
If
many
you think
persons
he's
get
a
paid
perp?
for everything. He's a perp.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
It's strangely quiet.
Hey, why don't you mute that guy? He's butting into everything very nastily.
I thought I was a woman.
No. Marcus.
All right, Marcus, chill.
Okay, I'm here.
Chill. You're muted, dude. Stay that way.
You can't reason with somebody when they're not, when they're inebriated. You can't reason with them. He doesn't. We have to talk to him when he's not drinking. Maybe he'll understand then.
Okay, I don't hear that other woman. I guess she left.
How many people you got on, Frank? You got enough?
Let me see.
On?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12,
Oh, you got enough.
14, 15, 16, 17. Well, like about 18 people. And the California people are still dribbling in here and there. So.
Let somebody talk.
Wow. Would anybody like to share anything? Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Marcus.
Are you Frankie? What's up, man? Long time no talk.
Yeah. Short time you drinky.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll save what I can.
All right, do me a favor.
Marcus,
Just
chill out, okay?
chill and mute yourself, dude. All right? Consider yourself muted once again. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to think of topics we can go over.
And I got disconnected as I walked in my house. I didn't hang up.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you managed to get back on. Do you want to have it? Do you have anything you'd like to speak about?
Home sweet home.
Yeah.
I'm being attacked viciously.
Yeah.
My mother is not doing well. I'm getting attacked in the nursing home worse than ever. I mean, the more that they expand this 5G, the worse it is. And a lot of companies are getting involved in it because I believe that they're guaranteed Skynet or something, or extra policing for free, or whatever it is they're guaranteed. But more and more places are jumping on board.
They have a boost that boosts the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Makes the signal stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, does
As
everybody
the
have
esophageal thing, I've been there too, and I'm viciously attacked in the throat, and have been for about 2 years now. So I know what you're saying, Frank, about that stuff.
Hey, do you shield your throat? I hope you shield your throat.
Well, what can you do when you're in a nursing home or out in public? What can you really do? You know?
You gotta make
exactly.
You got a turtleneck?
I can't even try to. I have active
Army next door and NSA behind me.
Even
I
a scar.
can't.
You try even
I do the best I
scar.
can, you know.
Because they're trying to attack your thyroid, you know, and you could.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I have
Absolutely.
I have to have mine operated on.
You do? Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have to have half of it taken out.
Central nervous
Why,
system,
Frank?
thyroid, my brain. I mean, they have the ability to just knock me out anywhere, anytime.
Bad guys there.
You know?
I haven't even called the surgeon because I just went through the carotid thing, and I just don't feel like calling the surgeon. So I'm just going to wait a bit. And then
So, Frank, what are your symptoms?
I have to have half of it. They did a biopsy on it, and it's
Okay.
there's nothing really wrong with it, but they can't get anything conclusive. So they looked at it, and it's got a nodule on it. So they want to lop the whole right wing off.
Oh,
that's fine. You can take the whole thing out if you want. I'll take pills.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I just did that.
The frequencies
he
attack
had
that.
he's taking pills now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two other friends at Target that have nodules on the thyroid, and the doctor's watching them. Yes, so this is the new thing. You got to shield up that throat.
Yeah, I guess.
Frank, woodpecker sound that they do. They got a new one. They keep adding more and more of that. It's out in my gutter.
Frank,
or
about the
it's in the eaves of the. It's in the eaves of the house.
Oh yeah.
Anybody get a clue? It sounds like a woodpecker, but it's not a woodpecker because I know what a woodpecker sounds like.
You mean it's like birds hitting the window? Is that what you're hearing?
Not the window. They're hitting the eave of my gutters. It's either they put it into the vents of my eaves, or it's in the gutters. It's one or the other.
It's funny you said that.
But it's a real. It's
I found
yeah. But this is different.
Right by the gutter, and I heard noises.
Marcus, gotta chill. Not cool. Come on.
Frank, I have a question regarding your thyroid.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you find that out? I mean, I have a thyroid problem. I take Synthroid. But when you took the TS3 and TS4 test, did that come back abnormal or what?
What they did was they were exploring something for a reason in my neck.
Redhead?
And they found that. And then they did biopsies on it, and I thought I was going to crawl through the ceiling because they numbed it up, but oof.
Oh, God.
The pain was
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Mute him, Frank, please. Keep him muted.
Yeah.
Keep him muted. That's what you got to do. That drunken.
Did you have the thyroid panel done?
I've had everything done.
Yes.
The only thing I have to do is call the surgeon. All right, you're muted again. Marcus, I don't want to do it, but if you keep it up, I'm going to have to open the trap door.
I just got a visual.
Throw the hook out. Yeah.
What was your initial symptom with your thyroid?
There was no symptoms. They just found it. So I saw the picture of it, and it's, I want to take it out. I don't want to mess with anything that's going to affect me later on,
The thyroid is the most important gland in the body.
It is, Frank. Don't take it out.
Well, they want to take half of it out. They want to take half.
Oh, screw that. Leave it alone.
Well, All right, I'll run that by him.
We are perfect. God made us perfect. Everything in our bodies is there for a reason.
They're afraid the nodules will turn to tumors and it'll turn to cancer.
Maybe.
Nodules are not good.
That's like a woman having her breast lopped off because, for a precaution. No. No. You don't do that. No.
Right.
You can have a nodule on your thyroid.
That's true.
It
right.
maybe down something will happen. Maybe. No. You need that thyroid. You need it.
Yep.
Just like she said, it's the most important gland in your body. You need it.
Correct.
Do you know what it's like? It's not even just taking a pill. It's trying to regulate. People that have to take pills, it's like they have to regulate it and get it right. And then that changes. Then you have to start regulating it again. Too much, too little. It's, just.
Well, I have low thyroid. I take Synthroid for my thyroid.
And how do you feel?
I feel fine. I feel I have no problem.
Good.
I heard on the news 85% of the population will have thyroid problems. That's what I heard. I said, what?
Yeah, that's true. But then you can have it corrected with Synthroid.
Yeah, but you got to figure out why is 85% of the population going to have thyroid problems because of the Wi-Fi. That's why.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And mine is off. I have been on the same Synthroid for 15 years, and my last test now it was off, so he lowered the doses. And in 2 months, I have to go back and have the test redone. But that being said, the thyroid is a very, very important gland. I did so much research on that. It regulates everything else in your body, and if you feel halfway healthy or whatever, then just regulate it with the TS3 and TS4, and then the two combinations together, whatever comes out in that test on it when you take a blood test, the thyroid panel for it. So I think you should keep your thyroid, not take them out.
Okay.
Good. That's done. That's settled.
Well, just an opinion.
Well,
every time technology.
Crazy machines.
Every
People.
time. You got to keep that guy
And
muted.
then they wake you up. They put me to fucking sleep.
Whack.
Then they woke me up last night.
Oh, that's Paul.
All right, Marcus is muted again. Marcus, you do it again, you're going to have to go bye-byes.
Okay, we get him bye-bye now.
Well, I'm trying to be fair.
Right.
You people don't understand, because I guess you don't know what I know. But people that do that, we call them perps. They do it for a reason. They get paid.
No.
Period. He comes every time I come on your show. He does it.
Yeah.
I do it on the other show. Linda, she bites for his shit. I don't bite for his shit. He's a perp.
I agree with you, but Marcus is not a perp. Okay?
I'm not.
How do you know? How do you know? Because he comes on drunk.
Because I listen to him every day. He's not a perp.
They stole my bacon sheets, y'all.
How come he comes on?
You don't know.
August?
You don't know.
Can y'all hear me?
He's an
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Certainly.
They stole my bacon sheets. I was shielding with them, and they stole them. They stole my bacon sheets out my house.
I can't bake or shit.
Oh, boy.
I can't bake no more.
Yeah, I just came home and one of my doors was unlocked.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Marcus, really? Come on. Mute yourself. Marcus.
They stole my bacon sheets, y'all.
Yeah, he's not a perp.
Come on.
Good night.
Get off.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
They didn't want me to. They didn't want me to shield. They stole my baking sheets out my house. I was shielding with them, my baking sheets.
Oh, that's a shame that they get in your house.
Yeah. Oh my
They
God.
get in my house all the time.
Yeah. It ain't nothing to them. They got direct energy weapons.
What are you going to use tonight?
I don't know.
What else
I
have you
got
got in the
something.
house?
Yeah, how about a pot? Stainless steel pot.
I got one of those.
All right.
Yeah, but she puts it on her back.
Oh, geez.
I was laying on them, and then when I turned on my side, they get me in the back real good, real good. But I was laying on the baking sheet.
Wow.
What about plastic? You got any plastic?
I mean, no. Mm-mm. I was using that Mylar, but it's so noisy.
Oh, no, that's good. Hey, that's good. Here's another one. Mylar. They can't get through that.
Yeah.
Oh, they can go right through that. Oh my God.
Yeah, they
carved
so
my head
thin.
out of it with lasers. Are you kidding? You don't want to ever have metal on your skin, ever.
Oh, it's Mylar.
Mylar is not metal.
Yeah, but there was a woman talking before saying, she wears something on her head. You ever want metal on your head?
No,
on your skin.
There's something in between that and my head.
She was talking about aluminum
okay.
foil.
All right, good.
Metal. You heard it wrong. Hey, if you got Mylar, you better put it on
Somebody
your
was wearing something on their head, they said. But anyway, you don't want to ever have metal on your skin.
I'm about to put Mylar on the wall.
It doesn't work. Mylar doesn't work. Unless you're at the beginning of all this, phase 1. It doesn't work. I'm telling you, I had those.
I'm at 100.
I got into a Mylar survival suit. Didn't work.
Mylar don't do nothing.
Nope.
Think about it. They can get through concrete.
Yeah,
we're in
exactly.
houses, right? We're in houses.
Mm-hmm.
There's wood, there's concrete, there's drywall, there's plaster, all that, and they could get through that anyway. I was talking to Frank one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm in BJ's, and they have metal roofs, right? That's metal. That's whatever it is. It's not it's not a regular roof. It's a metal roof. And they were attacking me like crazy in BJ. So
that's
but they're using. I believe they're using the Wi-Fi and stuff in the building.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Marcus.
Hey, Frank. How you hanging in there?
It's not that they're getting through it. They're already. They're coming from inside of you.
If they have something, if you have something in your body, all they got to do is trip that. That's all they got to do.
They was in the store
use
with
Wi-Fi
you.
or whatever.
Yep.
They was in the store with you.
Once they make the connection on your body, it's all over with. That's it.
Yeah.
All they have to do is send a signal to the shit that's in your body. That's all they got to do.
Right.
If y'all got Wi-Fi, y'all need to get rid of it. Disconnect Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi and 5G is not our friend. I've had it here for a year and a half. Believe me, it's bad news.
That woman is right who just said that, because a friend of mine, that's what she's doing. And I don't want to do it because I love all my stuff that's connected. But she did it, and it's hardly anything.
You guys turn off the Wi-Fi.
Then they start putting antennas to their shit on your house. That's what they do.
Right. They're using their Wi-Fi to me. I don't have no Wi-Fi.
That's right. You got it.
That's right. You're in an apartment. I know. I'm in a situation that I can't talk about because it's right up in front of my house. They did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm taking care of it. I got somebody up come tomorrow. So, and then the next
He
day.
actually had shit in my oak tree in the front yard. And I got it on Google. They got rid of that pretty quick. Yep.
Well, they put this up. They're going to amp everything up. No matter what you do.
Understatement.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a night because number one, Marcus keeps popping in and out and causing trouble, and
yeah.
Well, that's what perks
Probably
do.
having a bad night. That's when he really drinks.
Very bad person, that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
good
he's
night.
not. He's really being attacked, right? And that's how he handles it. You know, not that it's right, but
You have
he's
to
not a perp.
understand. You have
But
to
he's a
understand.
pain sometimes. Believe me, I know. But sometimes he makes me laugh.
And somebody
when
that comes on
nobody
the
makes
call,
me laugh.
he disrupts. He makes you laugh, but he disrupts the calls.
No,
That's
sometimes he does make me laugh, and I'm thankful for that because I don't have much of that in my life right now.
We're going to let him disrupt.
But he's not a perp.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Oh, please.
He is a perp because he disrupts all the calls.
No, yes, he does.
No, it's just
and that's normally what a perp does. I agree. No,
Yeah, we're all
he's not.
agreeing that he's a piece of shit, okay? Let him make money like
No,
everybody
we're
else.
not all agreeing that he's a piece of shit. That's what you got in your mind.
Oh boy.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh boy. No, none of us are perfect. Not a one of us.
Frank.
He's not. But
Don't
you're entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And Marcus, you gotta knock it
calling him up
off.
every day.
You know?
You call him up, keep him off the calls. You and him have a conversation every day.
My battery just went to zilch.
Frank.
Oh, good night, Frank.
Good.
I'm off.
Oh, you're a beaut, lady.
What did you say to me? Piece of shit. What did you say to me?
I say God bless. How's that?
My time. I wouldn't waste my time.
Good. Good night.
Night, folks. God bless.
Thanks for the call, Frank.
Bye. Good night, Frank.
Bye. God bless you guys all over the world.
Marcus, you got to knock it off. You got to realize what you did here tonight and wisen up. It's not nice what you did.